Sean Barnett as he decleats a defender as his stud running back bounces it.
These people don't give a shit.
Who's giving them the business?
All the man is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's got it.
Goes Davis. Oh my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back.
He's going to win the football. It's going to be to the goal line. It's going to be gone. It's a touchdown. And the Gators have won the game.
50 to the 40. Herman Whitfield to the 30 to the 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown FSU.
We are joined by myself, as always, and our two lovely, lovely co-hosts. One, Logan Brown of Logan Brown Comedy, and two, last but not least, Justin, a.k.a. J. Patrick on air of Fox Sports Radio Pensacola. What's up, boys? How y'all doing?
Great. Doing real good. Great weekend of football. It's October. Everybody's playing sports again.
You sound like a meme.
You did sound like a robot. That's cool.
What is that?
No, I mean, I'm rocking with it, honestly. I don't mind it.
It's kind of fun.
Like
the chat?
everything? Oh, I see what it is.
Oh, you just got the robot on.
You got auto-tune.
My gain's way too high. That's what it is.
All right, T-Pain.
Does that sound better?
Can you sing Buy You a Drink real quick? Just like the chorus of it.
Do I sound that bad?
Oh, it's
Better,
bad.
better now.
Smooth.
It sounds like... Yeah. You leave it.
It's kind of turning me on.
Yeah. All right, boys. Let's get into it. So AI is taking over as everyone knows. And the coaching carousel is also taking over. Holy shit, why can't I pause this? That's crazy.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. Check this out.
This is the Sora.
Okay, now I'm hearing.
Fire Napier now. We ain't waiting another season.
Look at that. It looks like they're outside the stadium.
We're not leaving till he's gone.
It's like
Fire Napier now.
Look at, I mean, if this is the accurate portrayal of the Florida Gator fan base right now, though.
You know, I was thinking about Billy Napier. I was thinking the one thing that's kept him employed as long as he has and probably got him the job in the first place is that he's probably like one of the coolest guys ever because he's a damn good recruiter and he's managed to not get fired. All of like the media, like Josh Pate and the On3 guys, they all like openly admit that they know him and don't want to talk bad about him. So it's like he must be the coolest dude in the world.
Well, he's a good guy. Like, yeah, he is a good guy, and that's why we've kept him for so long. And he runs he runs everything like an A1 program. He's been to Alabama, Clemson. He knows the deal.
I feel like it's the same thing in comedy where it's like, if the thing is that you're a really good guy, if that's what everyone leads with,
Yeah,
you might not be that good.
yeah. Except he's booked. He's just bombing. He's just bombing every fucking time. It's not like
He's booked on like a big show.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, obviously we can get into it. The Texas A&M game here. I mean, I'm not at a loss for words. I definitely. I mean, me and you said before the season started we had Texas A&M winning.
Mm-hmm.
Justin was on the other side of that. I still had Texas A&M winning. Justin, I think you might have stayed with the Gators winning this one last week.
Yeah, I've kind of been on this game for a while, like of Florida winning that game. Just it came out looking good. I don't know what happened there at halftime, but 0 adjustments were made. I mean, the first quarter was great. I thought the team looked good, and I thought they moved the ball really well. And so when they weren't able to really do anything after that, I was kind of disappointed. Defensively, I feel like probably the worst defensive game the Gators have played so far this season, I would think.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, Marcel Reed made great plays. Stats weren't amazing, but he made great plays, and I'll give him that.
Yeah, and then offensive line. I mean, Cassius Howell was just tearing up Austin Barber all night. He made Austin Barber look like he was in slow motion. I'm not gonna lie. And he's a 3-star recruit. I mean, he just had a bend on him. Several times Austin Barber just looked slow off of his push step and just could not get to him. Just couldn't get to him on the outside, leading to a fumble sack. It's towards the end of the game, our offense just could not keep up with their offense. Like you said, defense was the worst it's looked all season. So, I mean, not much to say, but I expected this loss. And maybe not that bad. I thought it'd be a little bit closer. Looks like we got our first call in of the show, boys. Hang on, what's going on?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
This is the dangerous game we're playing. Okay, we can hear you listening to it in the background. You're on live college football extravaganza. What's going on?
Well, Todd.
We ain't even talking about Alabama yet. We're getting a Roll Tide in here. All right. Look, we're gonna go. You want to go to Alabama? Are we Roll Tiding after beating Missouri?
I thought we were going to talk about bowl eligible teams.
I mean, we can talk about bowl eligible teams. Yeah, we're gonna get to Roll Tide. We're gonna get to Alabama and how they beat Missouri by 3 points.
Guys, I got so excited seeing that number on the bottom. And Ty Simpson is a GOAT. Ty Simpson is the future. He's the number 1 pick. He's going to be everything for this team. He's going to take us all the fucking way. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Sunbelt Billy can't stop me. Mike Norvell can't stop me. Kirby Smart couldn't stop me. Diego Pavia couldn't stop me. Fucking Bill Pribula couldn't stop me. Fucking Joey Aguilar and fat-ass John Heupel ain't going to stop me either.
You make a good point.
That was great. I love that. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with? Is this Casey? This is Casey
Rayleigh,
okay.
Known Ty Simpson supporter and known Marcel Reed supporter when everyone told me I was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, Justin was not on the Marcel Reed train. For sure, Justin was a Marcel Reed hater. I thought he was good. Yeah. I thought we contained him pretty well, though. The Gators did for a while as far as running.
Yeah, y'all
using
did.
His legs.
I really thought that I actually had 2 points about Florida that I wanted to get out while y'all were talking about Florida.
Okay, great.
Number 1, this question goes for Rob. If you had the choice for the next coach of the Florida Gators to be Lane Kiffin, James Franklin, or Eli Drinkowitz, who would you take?
Lane Kiffin. I'm not even thinking about it. Yeah, I'm not even thinking about it.
You don't want to take a drink?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like drink, but Lane Kiffin, I think Florida needs a guy that fits the Florida.
But here's the thing. The other 2 would actually be possible candidates. Lane Kiffin's not.
No, the only reason I throw Drink in there is Drink has been very influential in the state of Missouri, and he has been one of the first people to really figure out NIL within his program early on. So he's very advanced in that situation.
He's done a great job.
So Lane Kiffin's great at it too.
Right.
So,
what I like about Drink is he is adapted. He's changed.
He's been very good in that. And number 2, do you think that losing Billy Napier is also meaning losing DJ Lagway?
At this point, I don't think so, but I also don't think it's the worst thing because if we get a good coach in there, you can find a good quarterback in 2 years. And it sucks to say that. I love DJ, and I want him to stay.
If you get Drinkowitz, you could bring over old Tribune.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see DJ under fucking Lane Kiffin.
That would be something.
Yeah,
I'll call back when it's time to talk about Bama. But I had a lot to get off my chest because the last time we called, we just got beat by the Criminals that pussy ass fucking fan base in Tallahassee can eat my fucking nuts.
Well, no. While you're on here, we're flexible. We'll roll into it because we're going to talk about Alabama and Mizzou anyway. And I don't really have anything on my show notes, so this is perfect. Yeah. I mean, the thoughts on this game, I think it was a little too close, a little closer than Alabama fans want it to be. But I thought this was about what the game was going to be.
Yeah, it was really close. I almost jumped off my balcony. My girlfriend had to lock the door.
Ty Simpson was a demon on third down.
Yeah, Ty Simpson is the guy. I said he wasn't the guy.
No, he's
and
the
he
guy.
wasn't the guy.
Yeah, I
one
came
week.
back for that one, Rob. I came back for that one.
That's fine.
3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Hey, you can call it the Tiesman this year.
Okay. The Tiesman? Is that what you guys are calling it?
Theismann.
Yeah, we're spelling it Roll Tide, ROLLTYDE, and the Tiesman.
So is Joey Aguilar playing this weekend, or is he out?
Joey Aguilar is going to play. There's nobody that can save him. Not even fat ass Bobby Hill, Josh Heupel. He's going to be at the line at Food Lion right after the game in Tennessee, and he's going to be eating all types of powdered donuts.
I killed 50 men.
In shame.
He's
in shame.
Oh man, Josh Heupel does look like a grown Bobby Hill. That is hilarious. Okay.
Yeah, he looks like Bobby Hill, and when he gets angry, he goes to an assistant and he gets a bag of Skittles every damn time.
But now Tennessee did play Georgia pretty close. I think they should have won that game, and they
doesn't get the dick in the pussy. Bama beat them.
Yeah, that's true. But I think Bama gets up, or Tennessee gets up for this one. It's the third Saturday in October. The fair's in town.
Hey, listen, anyone telling you it's going to be a blowout, they're out of their mind. Bama minus 9.5. Tennessee is the side.
That's true. Now, okay, so back to this Missouri game. Do you think Missouri is a playoff contending team with what you saw?
I think the hottest take, and Josh Pate said it a couple days ago, and now that I've seen the game, I can totally agree. Missouri's defensive line and their front seven is what we were told Georgia's is supposed to be. They took Georgia's best pass rusher, Damon Wilson, out of the portal. He's like top 2 in the SEC in sacks, and they can bring pressure. Now, the rest of their defense secondary is a little suspect. Offense, you really have no vertical passing game with Bo Pribula, so you're kind of handcuffed there. But, yeah, that front seven's nasty, and they're going to eat Jackson Arnold's asshole this week.
I see Justin's wanting to chime in with them fingers.
I'm worried about your secondary case. I mean, there was a couple plays there down the stretch that they made it look a little too easy on Bama.
Yeah, I think that there's some inexperience. I think Imani Jackson has lost his starting spot. That's the transfer from USC. He's lost it to 5-star Dijon Lee. I think there's some growing pains. I definitely think Tennessee is going to have some plays in this game that you just scratch your head and you're like, that's a 60-yard bomb. But Tennessee is the worst defense in the SEC as far as statistically. This game could be up in the 40s.
So take the over is what you're saying.
That sounds
Take
right.
the hammer the over. Put your mortgage on it, Rob. You can buy out Napier yourself.
No, I can't. that's we got a lot of coaches we're talking about buying out this week. The coaching carousel. If you want to bring this, since you brought up Josh Pate, I will play this because obviously, so I'd like to think
He's
we're
not happy about the Franklin firing. He thinks it's a mistake.
I mean, it could be. It could be. I do want to bring this up
later whenever we get to that topic because I have a lot to say on that too.
You want to have okay? We'll wait on it. We'll hold off. All right.
I got a question for Logan.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
What's up, Logan? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. What is the concern level on a scale of 1 to 10 with LSU's offense?
Probably an
LSU
8.
defense now.
Probably an 8.8. Probably an 8.
Yeah. There you go.
A high 8.
The Ole Miss
I want to
game
see
is really scary now, because of what happened with Washington State this past weekend. Like that's really bad.
The only reason that it's not scary is that I've kind of checked out I think the whole fan base is kind of checked out. We don't expect the one loss in the one in the loss column to last very long. I don't know. I think we could.
Are you nervous about Diego Pavia this weekend?
I'm not worried about us containing Diego Pavia. I'm worried about not being able to score. My take on that game is that we're gonna lose probably because Nussmeier either misses a couple key opportunities to score points, or he has a couple like crazy mistakes like he's been having, or a sad combination of both. But I'm not worried about the defense.
I think the first team to 20 points in that game wins.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
That's a fair statement, I would say.
Like we'll hold them to less than 30.
I think the first team to get to 20 is going to wrap that thing up.
Yeah, we'll hold them to less than 30, but we definitely can't like score enough points to keep up.
Is Brian Kelly still your guy?
He's never been our guy. No one's ever liked him. No one has ever liked that guy. I don't know. If he's got to make a playoff this year to like.
I mean, the amount of money y'all spent, man. I don't know how LSU cannot make the playoff, and you got teams like Missouri that may
That's
make
what
the
I'm
playoff.
saying.
I mean, how there's levels to this.
Yeah, no, the rosters have been too good to do what he's done. So no, I think we got to make a playoff this year, or he is definitely on the hot seat. He's already on the hot seat as far as the fan base goes, but I don't know what that like contributes to.
Are we all in agreement that Ohio State's the best team in the country?
I want to say yeah, but we got to wait till that Big Ten championship.
I think this is my talking to give on. Look, I mean, it's hard to push away what Miami's done so far this season, and I got to give Miami credit.
Miami, wah.
I don't know. Right now,
Listen.
I talked about this a little bit last week, and if you're those two really come down to quarterback play, and you're going to take a very experienced Carson Beck and a Heisman favorite Carson Beck over freshman Julian Zane. I think that's what it comes down to. Now, don't get me wrong. Defensively, it's Ohio State. Statistically and skillfully and talent-wise, all day it's Ohio State. But really, right now, I get worried about the offense.
I think if Ohio State and Miami played, that game would be like 17-14. It would look like a freaking NFL game.
It would be very similar. Yeah,
This guy knows ball.
It's exactly what it would be. Casey is my
Like-
go-to guy on college football. Guys.
I agree with you. Though it would be
He is always my guy.
it would be a trenches game, right? Like everyone's looking who's winning.
Smash mouth punch you in the mouth. Ooh, and Carson Beck would be asking for a Cavender back. Caleb Downs is done with him.
Now we win that kind of fuck on we go. That way I get a boot call that man back.
That's right. That's what kind of game it would be right there. All right.
Exactly.
Thank you,
That's
Casey.
what I'm saying.
Thanks for calling in, Casey. We're gonna move on.
Hey, and one last thing above everything else. Roll Tide, Ty Simpson for Heisman, and Tennessee, you're on the clock. Bobby Hill, don't show your ass in Tuscaloosa. We ain't got enough food and beer for your fat ass.
Hell yeah. All right.
What a guy.
Starting off the show hot with a Roll Tide. All right, let's keep going.
Roll Tide.
Let's keep going. I think we're done talking about Texas A&M, Florida. I did want to bring this up. Let's see. Golly.
DJ's lips?
Yeah, DJ's lips.
Is this a racial thing?
This is obviously a racial thing. No, just kidding, Justin. Your job's safe. This is
Look at the sun.
This is T. Look at that, is flapping in the wind. This is
Trembling.
Yeah, this is DJ with about 2 minutes left in the game.
To the game, he's cooled down. A lot of that has to do with the fact that he's.
And people are saying, like he's saying, "Dog, what the fuck are we calling?" Or "This shit's retarded. I'm tired of this."
Passion that you play with, and DJ Lagway, after such a good start to the game, he's cooled down. A lot of that has to do with the fact that he's been hit a number of times.
I think he said, "I'm tired of this shit."
Texas A&M's been able to get to the.
I wouldn't read into that too much. He could just be tired of losing.
I think so, but I like the fire. I like the fire. I don't think
yeah.
I don't think we were gonna win this game. I never thought we were going to win this game. So I don't know. I like the fire, and I think he's done. He's done so much better in the last 2 games.
You guys have just had so much more juice in the last 2 games.
I think so. I think so. Just the play calling has got to get better. Billy's
has he passed the sticks yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean Billy. I mean we're moving the ball. The thing about it is,
no, I mean like, is he still calling the offense?
Oh no. Oh yeah. He is calling the offense. Yeah, he is calling the offense.
You got to try a new guy.
Yeah,
you got to get some young guy with stats or something.
I don't know. What'd you think about DJ this past weekend, Justin? I think that take, and then we can move on from Florida this week, because obviously disappointing, but I think DJ still played great, especially early on, like you said.
No, he looks great, man. I think overall, I'm happy to see the guy, live up to what we kind of expected. Unlike, guys like Garrett Nussmeier or Lenora Sellers, like at least we saw with DJ, like there is a version in there that we kind of anticipated coming into this season, where with those two, it's kind of like flat on its face what we really thought we were going to see. You can throw Kay Klubnik and Drew Aller in there, even though, not me personally, I was never on that Drew Aller bullshit.
Right.
But when it comes to DJ, I mean, I'm just glad to see the guy that we did see and we were expecting this year has a little bit of life in him, and is still able to go out there and compete, and is still able to go out there and to kind of show what we really thought he was going to be last year, and that shows promise. We have the guys. We know that, but it's right there as you see on the screen. It's Billy, and until we fire Billy, it's not going to go away, which sucks. I don't want to wait another year. I'm kind of tired of waiting. It's especially when you have a guy like Eugene Wilson who's getting old, and he's not going to be around next year, I'm pretty sure. You don't want to lose guys like that. They're really prominent to your success. He's a veteran.
That's why you got to fire him, though. He's squandering too much talent that he's brought in.
But now it's I mean, and he will be. It's not a if but when. We know that, and we've been kind of saying that for at least a month now. Overall, I mean, we got to talk on that topic here soon.
Yeah, we'll get to it after. So I got it in the show notes after the week 7 recap. We'll just go over coaching carousel. I'll bring in Josh Pate, because he had he's alleging some big moves in the coaching carousel. So we'll see what he has to say, and then we'll have some takes on that. But let's get to FSU. If we got any FSU people watching, go ahead and call in at the number below, 850-733-7167. FSU third straight loss, and third straight loss in the ACC. Right? Let's see, Pitt, Virginia. And then who they? Miami, yeah. So that's you're out of the conference running. I mean, most likely, unless Miami shits the bed really hard.
Yeah, they're out of the conference for sure, because you're going to have Virginia's competing. They look great.
Yeah, they look good.
Georgia Tech is still undefeated in the ACC. Yeah, I mean, they're still way too many. They're miles behind.
As of now, Georgia Tech's. As of now.
They're undefeated now, but I mean, really, they don't really have much of a hard schedule left when it comes to who else is going to be, kind of knocking on the door to knock them off. But yeah, right now in the ACC standings, of course, Miami sits at the top. Virginia is up there undefeated as well. Duke is undefeated. SMU is undefeated. Pitt is 2-1. The only thing with Miami is they've only played one conference game so far. But once again, they're not going to play anybody that's going to show true competition. They'll play Stanford, SMU.
I hate that it has to do that it does that.
It's kind of a fun quirk.
It is kind of a...
It's a feature, not a bug.
You are live with College Football Extravaganza. We're talking about FSU going down for the third straight time. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with today?
What's up, brother? It's Hunter, man. Called you guys a couple weeks ago. We were talking. How's it going, my guy?
Oh, yeah, you found us. We switched back to our Mondays again. We were wondering about you.
Yeah, buddy, I did find you guys. I like the Florida jersey you got there with the little Orange Bowl patch off that, or whatever that is. What is that, the Orange Bowl? When's the last time y'all were in a bowl? No, I'm just playing. So listen,
last year.
Let me be honest, though, dude. You were asking about the Florida State stuff, and I'm going to tell you, dude. I have a couple of buddies that are in town, and
they're Florida State grads and they're their dads went there and they know everyone thinks they know everyone, whatever. But honestly, man, I mean, I was reading an article on War Chant, and this is Mike Norvell's 6th 3-game losing streak in 6 years, and he's 36-30, I think, as a head coach, and that's not good enough at anywhere really. And there's a lot of people that are talking about, hey man, we might have to figure out where the money's at because it's going to get so uncomfortable that I don't think that we're going to be able to maintain this. I mean, next year we have a really brutal schedule, and you might want to let Mike Norvell wear those losses, but that's $56 million, a lot of money. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're going to get some revenue share, some additional money, and I think you might have to start having a conversation.
Yeah.
Yep. And here's the thing: 7-21 without Jordan Travis, and I know a lot of FSU fans, they probably aren't surprised about that because they put Travis on a pedestal. I don't think a lot of people outside of the FSU world really put Jordan Travis as like that elite of a quarterback, that he was that much of a difference maker that Mike Norvell couldn't find success without him. And right now, 7-21 without him. It's been 389 days since their last ACC win, literally over a calendar year. They're 0-8 in their last. They've lost 8 now. They're 1-10 in the past 2 years in the ACC, and I'm not knocking. Like, this is just what's going on.
I think Jordan Travis is the overall changing factor there, though. That he won games with Jordan Travis.
That's the thing is when it comes to the college football world, did you really view Jordan Travis as one of the most elite quarterbacks in the country?
Yeah, I did. He did. Jordan Travis was really good.
Favorite. He didn't do any. He wasn't anything that was shining on the page, but he found a way to win football games. I don't know. For me, I didn't.
I mean,
think that
listen, man. I agree with you. I mean, the way I look at Jordan Travis, and realistically, I mean, I'm a Florida State fan, so I love him. He's amazing. I look at Jordan Travis like I look at Johnny Manziel for Kevin Sumlin. Like, I think that you find a guy who can just make it happen for you in spite of all of your deficiencies and your ability to coach and be a head coach at a high level. Jordan Travis kind of figured out a way to bail out of a lot of situations. You might not remember this, but his first play from scrimmage in 2019 playing for Willie Taggart against Boston College was like a 55-yard touchdown run, his first touch ever. He was behind James Blackman. That kid couldn't start at Arkansas State when he transferred out. So, yes,
James Blackman was a Willie Taggart special.
Yeah, the Slim Reaper, man. He wasn't killing anything except for his draft stock. I mean, the guy just wasn't any good. And I mean, the reality is, man, yeah, Jordan Travis, I think absolutely saved Mike Norvell's career. And I just don't think Mike, he did well at Memphis. I think that he is a great group of 5 level coach. I don't think he has the chops to make it at a Power 4 school at a high level, especially like a Florida State where, there's some expectations there. Like, you're not coaching at BC. It's not, you're not Bama, but at the same time, it's like, man, we're supposed to win 10 games in most years. We're not supposed to go 500 or have a 2-win season. So, yeah, I agree with you completely. I think Jordan Travis was the only reason that he got an extension.
I mean, yeah, Rob. I mean, I get, like, for you, I know that you also, you never, like, hate on FSU the way I do. And I always never really was, like, I don't like FSU. I make that very clear. I'm not an FSU guy. But, Jordan Travis, there's a reason why he wasn't a high draft pick. There is a reason why he wasn't a Heisman favorite. There's a reason why he's not even in the NFL as, like, a backup or a practice squad guy anymore. And he's just straight up not playing football anymore. I mean, he's not an elite quarterback. For FSU, though, as you said, is it Hunter, I think? Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, that he held a lot of volume in Mike Norvell's career, and that happens a lot of times where a guy does hold volume for just a particular coach. And I think Manziel, that's a great replication of what Kevin Sumlin, what he had. There's not really many other guys who really were creating success for him when he was at Texas A&M. And that's just, yeah, I mean, that happens with a lot of coaches. They just mesh really well, and then whenever they leave, they're not able to replicate that with, a top-end recruit, which, I mean, hell, he has Castellanos, and here's my problem with Florida State this year. They don't play 4 quarters of football. We've seen them, especially in the Virginia game and then the Pitt game, they can go out there when it's crunch time and they can make a great play on a 4th and 11, or that 70-yard bomb that they had when they were down 10 with less than 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Or the 4th and 11 against Virginia, where they had to get in the end zone, they caught the touchdown to tie it. They can go out there and do that. They just won't do it 4 quarters. They sit there and play around in the second, third quarter. They'll get a little bit of a lead, and then they're just not aggressive. They just don't play with any aggression, and they're not cutthroat. They have all the talent in the world. I've seen the play calling can work. They just won't do it 4 quarters.
Sawchuk's a beast. I mean, you see him right there run. I mean, I don't know why they substitute out Sawchuk as much as they do. That's one thing that kind of concerns me on the running game. But I think Florida State's defense is the main concern here. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah,
there?
man. That's what I want to say too. I think this team has no defensive identity. I think the linebackers are very weak. I watched a lot of that, the replay of the last couple of weeks, and linebackers are always getting caught. They can't cover at all. They don't come downhill and hit. They're not decisive. So there's a talent gap there for sure. And then also Tony White is just playing a very conservative style of defense. It's just not going to really work. I think that there's not enough talent up front to get home. The linebackers are weak. I think the secondary is okay, but I mean, the way that they're calling their plays is just very vanilla. The offense, I mean, I think Gus Malzahn's doing a good job. I mean, if you watch the offense, if you can score 31, 38 points, like, you should win the game. So I think he's doing a good job. He brought in his system. He's done it for 20 plus years. Obviously, he was at Auburn. He's been a lot of places. UCF, wherever he's been, he's had a great rushing offense. He's had a great offense. So they figured it out. But on the defensive side, man, they just can't do it. And at the end of the day, Mike Norvell is a head coach, and no matter who you have as your DC or your OC, you're the guy. So you got to take responsibility for it. And Tony White looked like he was really promising, and he schemed it up real good for Bama and looked great. But I just you can't have so much regression so quickly. That's Mike Norvell's thing. It's like you can come out and play Bama and smoke them, and then you can't win another game against a Power 4 opponent. I don't know, man. It just kind of seems like he just doesn't have the ability to have these guys ready. And I agree. There's no identity on defense. Gus is doing all right, but this is kind of lacking the structure it needs to be a successful, Power 4 program.
I agree, but at least you do have Gus Malzahn there sitting at interim head coach, right? That's my first thought. If Norvell goes during the season, which would be a crazy buyout, it'd be a crazy buyout. But if he goes during the season, then you got Gus Malzahn sitting there. He's at least got head coach experience. I don't know. Maybe he can change some things up on the defensive side of things. Say, hey, we need to change things up, Tony. So what do you think about that, since obviously the coaching carousel is a big topic this week?
Yeah, I don't think Florida State can afford it. I think that it's just it's not really a question of if, it's a win thing, I think, and it's going to happen at some point. I just don't think they can afford it now. And there's a lot of really great jobs open right now. I mean, Penn State and when there's a lot of different jobs that are going to be open this season. A lot of good coaches are going to get there, and I don't think Florida State has the money to bring in like a heavy hitter. So they went budget with Mike Norvell, and there were times where it looked like it might be a good hire, but if they want to make a splash, they're not going to do it with the money that they have right now. They're not in the SEC. They're not in the Big Ten. I don't know how many people have $4 or $5 million, big time boosters just sitting around that will throw $50 million at this guy to not coach, and then who you're going to bring in and for what price? I mean, it just the timing was really bad. I mean, ideally, I mean, if we can get like a James Franklin type, I mean, at this point, it's just, I don't even know who.
Would you take James Franklin?
Yeah, if we could do like a straight swap and just like the buyout could be somehow canceled out or something, man. Yeah, I would. I mean, like,
they're about the same.
We really looking at. I mean,
they're about the same buyouts.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's like. Yeah, it's like I think it might be in the 50s, man.
I thought it was 50s.
I don't know for sure. I know it's bad, man. It's just, and that's such a bad. You know what's crazy too, man? It was Jimmy Sexton is his agent, who's like he fleeces everybody for all the money in the world. But I really think that like
it's Billy Napier's agent too. It's all of their agents.
Yeah, use everybody. Yeah, Jimbo. Hey, Jimbo's still paying that guy. But yeah, I think that if Mike Norvell would have went to Bama, I mean, could you imagine? Like, there's so many different things that happened. He got that big buyout clause from last year because he was potentially going to go there. And damn, I would have taken Kalen DeBoer any day at this point. I mean, the guy I just don't believe in Mike, man. Just from a Florida State perspective, you probably have more information than I do, obviously, but I know a couple of people that are close-ish to the not real close, but close enough. And it's just, I just hear a lot of stuff, and I really think that everyone's kind of out on him and no one believes in him. And this was kind of the nail in the coffin in this last loss.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it. Go ahead, Justin.
It's more of, I mean, look, here's the thing. If we're talking like places that have a big buyout and don't really have the money to spend it, well, shit, we saw it happen on Sunday. I mean, that was the main one, which, I mean, when it comes to that was the one I never thought would see get bought out. And, Napier, he's a third of that. And we're like, why is that guy still hanging around? He doesn't have like a quarter of the resume that Franklin has, right? So it's weird in that, right? But with Norvell, I don't know. Like, the ACC is getting better. It's expanding. And right now you're falling behind. And when they couldn't reload. That's that's what separates. That's the echelons of college football, right? Your Georgias, your Ohio States, your Bamas, hell, even your LSU. They recruit pretty well. They reload. Florida State and Norvell, they really had just got lucky because they just had a few studs that really came in and did really well. Right now, they haven't reloaded. It seems like they have the talent. They have the talent, but they don't replicate the in-game success, and that's the problem. Like, ever since the 13-0 year, we haven't seen any of the sort of the same success, and we thought they did because Castellanos, I mean, look, the guy's a talented quarterback. We've seen him play well, but right now, outside of that, I mean, it's not much else is happening for Florida State, and that's kind of like the problem is that he just isn't reloading this team, and that's what kind of separates you from being a middle, conference team, which being a mid team in the ACC is really bad because, well, the past few years, the ACC has kind of been the bottom conference in the Power Four, and there's not much else you can really say about that.
Looks like our stream just went down because we were playing highlights from the game, so YouTube's being gay.
No. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Well, hey, at the end of the day, man, don't worry, man. I know you're a Florida guy, or at least one of y'all is, so we'll get to play our little bowl game together in the last week of November. That'll be great. Well, that'll be our bowl game, and we'll both be 4-5 or 4-6 or whatever. 4-7. Can't do math.
Yeah,
it'll be great, man. We'll see. First 1 to 5 wins.
Yeah, and you know what? If Florida doesn't get in with that schedule, if we don't get into a bowl game as a 5-7 team with that schedule, that's crazy to me.
Here's how we'll do it though: winner gets to fire their coach.
Yeah.
Loser has to extend. Their head coach.
Yeah, you got to. Loser does have to extend.
No, dude, loser gets Billy Napier. How about that? That sounds good to me.
Yeah, y'all get Billy. Yeah, y'all get Billy for sure.
How about that? That sounds good to me. Yeah, dude, we got to trade. We got to coach swap and just see. It's like that wife swap show from the 2000s. We're just gonna see. We're gonna see how it looks. No, but that's. I mean, hey, look. At the end of the day, man, it's a bad time to be an FSU fan, but I think that we will try to ride this out for a couple years and hopefully find the money to move on and roll the dice and get lucky because maybe we get like a Matt Campbell or I don't know. And then you guys are looking too. Maybe grab you a Kirk Signetti. I know he's getting older, but hell, I mean, he can do it. He
just signed an 8-year extension. It seems like so.
Yep.
So Signetti's off the table, and that would have been my number 1 or number 2 guy right there. With how he's lighting up the college football world. And it looks like we're back on. No more highlights. We won't play any more highlights.
Yeah, the highlights really fuck up.
Yeah, you guys are. I was checking it too.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Hunter.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Just wanted to call and say what's up. I really enjoyed the stream, so I'm gonna get off and watch the rest of you guys. But yeah, man, we'll see what it looks like, and I'm sure that when we meet in November for the toilet bowl, I'm sure it'll be a high flying affair. It'll be Gus Malzahn versus the ghost of Billy Napier. We're gonna, I'm penciling it into my calendar right now.
It's gonna be fun. It's always fun. The rivalry game, the Sunshine Showdown, and the Gators will play the
Florida State Seminole Vesicles.
The Florida State Seminole Vesicles. Thanks, Hunter. Call in anytime, man. Thanks. Bye.
Yep, call
All right,
the
buddy.
number there, 850-733-7167 if you want to call in. I like the callers. It's a good little vibe check. I like it.
I like it too. Like it a lot. Like it a lot. All right, let's move on from FSU. We'll go through these pretty quick. We're approaching our first hour mark, which is usually pigeonholed for the previous week's recap. So South Carolina came to LSU. I took South Carolina to cover. They barely missed it. So you got me this week, dude.
I feel like I pretty much called this game pretty well. It was ugly and boring and sloppy. Too sloppy. Looked like a high school football game.
I thought you liked sloppy.
Not with my football. I like tight football
Like
games.
very tight, yeah.
No, but it looked like two very just not well coached teams going at it. And yeah, LSU had the talent, and that's ultimately what won the game. The pass rush. Also, South Carolina was missing like 3 offensive linemen to start, and one dropped. So like
Lenora Sellers didn't look like Lenora Sellers.
He didn't have time to do anything.
No. I think it's a credit to LSU's defense, though. And kind of like you're saying, the defense is good. The offense is
They're going to win us some games this year. We might pop someone in the mouth with our defense.
That's why you guys have won games this year is because of
Yeah.
the defense. That's
Well, yeah,
literally the only
obviously.
reason why. That is because of the defense. I don't know, man. I'm pretty over Nuss. I can't lie. I'm a little bit just honestly just
He's
disappointed.
insane. He's throwing insane balls.
I'm just disappointed more than anything. I was so high on the guy this year, and maybe that's my soft spot with Trevor, who's a caller to the program. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just maybe to Joe Sloan. I don't like Joe Sloan. I really despise Joe Sloan. But honestly, Joe Sloan wasn't the reason they lost it, or not lost. They all won the game. Joe Sloan wasn't the reason why this game was close. Nuss just fucking did not know what to do with football.
Yeah.
That day. So I mean, I don't know. I'm a little bit over it. Can't run the ball still, and you have all the talent in the world, receiver wise. I mean, look, you got a bunch of guys that run sub 4.4s, and you're not able to really utilize it that much. I don't know. I'm just kind of over it with LSU right now.
Dude, I'm over it with LSU. I freaking love this team, but I went to bed in the third quarter. So I was like, yeah, I feel like I know how it's going to end, but even if they come back and bite us, like But
really, you're still sitting at 1 loss.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a fugazi.
Are we calling fugazi on LSU right now?
It's a fugazi.
Look what happened. So who was the one lost to?
Old Piss.
Old Piss, right? Your rival. Now, here's the thing.
Womp womp.
We thought that Ole Miss was real deal after that game. Now
I did not. I did not. But yeah.
Okay, so but a lot of people did. Clearly, the AP poll did. That's why they put them at number 4. And then they go and do the shit they did last week. Look, here's we can play a little leapfrog system here. Washington State got blown out by North Texas, 59-10.
Yeah, dude.
And
Transitive property. What did our old co-host Joey Clark say? Transitive property doesn't apply in college football, baby.
Well, you can say that. Well, it's showing for something right now because of the simple fact of they got blown out by USF. And I don't know. When it comes to Washington State able to compete with Ole Miss the way they did, and really, I mean, they handled business against them. I'm really like for Ole Miss to go out there and beat LSU, and they can go out there and let Washington State play with them the way they did. That tells you everything you need to know about LSU's offense just from that game alone. Especially because you can also look at the game like Arkansas, where Austin Simmons wasn't playing, and we thought Trinidad wasn't going to win that game, or at least I didn't. We didn't think Trinidad was going to win that game, and actually that ended up being the game that Trinidad took the starting job in that game. And so 41-35 against Arkansas, that was before they fired Sam Pittman. That's just that's not a good look either on the Ole Miss part. And so for LSU right now, they need Ole Miss to step it up because that loss is really holding a lot of volume. And with game day being in Georgia this week for the Ole Miss game, if they get blown out the water and Georgia's been, kind of gotten not really playing great competitive ball these past few weeks with Auburn and Bama, I don't know. I just don't think that you can really be a happy LSU fan knowing that you guys are definitely at the bottom of that funnel or the bottom of that pyramid when there's a bunch of teams that are handling business above the teams that have handled you.
I agree. And a lot of the Florida fans, man, like, everyone's saying we want Kiffin. It's like, well, do you want the Kiffin that did this last week? And I'm like, yeah, I think that's an anomaly. I don't know what happened. I think it's not an anomaly. I don't think this is the Ole Miss that's going to show up versus Georgia this week. In fact, I almost want to say that maybe they fucking just barely scouted Washington State.
I don't know.
And look forward to Georgia.
That's what I want to think, but I don't think so, dude, because that's what I thought in the first half. Okay, the first half ended, and I was like, well, that was cute, right? Sometimes this happens, but they'll go in there, figure it out. And then I think Ole Miss came out and scored, and then Washington State came out and scored again. And they were like, nah, we're not like rolling.
And Ole Miss was
over.
like, hey, that's not funny.
Yeah, they were like, hey, whoa. And that was like weird.
Yeah.
Like Washington State kept the momentum through halftime, which you don't usually see in an anomaly situation.
I think
Like
that's what
that whole game was.
I think that's what happens when you look forward, though, right?
Yeah.
And if you're not scouting a team fully.
But how did Washington State scout Ole Miss's run game so well?
Right.
Because they were shutting
They're shutting them down. They were. Yeah. And, to me,
they were containing Trinidad better than LSU was.
Mentally, it's not good going forward to Georgia to be that close to Washington State, So I don't know what they got to do, but to me,
it could have been good though.
Yeah. Wake up call.
Yeah.
They probably needed it.
A wake up call without having to take a loss.
They probably needed it. Looks like Justin dropped out, so he'll be back. We'll move on. Sticking in the SEC, Texas at OU, the Red River Shootout. Texas gets the win. John Mateer looked a little rusty to me. Maybe they should have started the backup.
Yeah, they might have. They should have just kept it rolling how they were. It was a momentum thing, I think. I think it was John Mateer not being able to keep up with just being back in, like he hasn't played football in a month and then close to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, okay, Red River, your first is that his first time playing in the Red River?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, come on, dude.
Yeah, I think Justin, I just said I think Mateer looked a little rusty there. Maybe they should have went with the backup. What do you think?
They shouldn't have played him.
Yeah.
So once again, I talked about this on my morning show. Look, there was no good that came from playing Mateer. Whether you won that game, whether you lost that game, you winning that game against Texas, forcing Mateer to try and give yourself the best shot at winning that game, your season was not just about that one game. You put all your marbles in that into that one game for no reason. And here's the problem. We knew this. You don't play Mateer and you lose. Oh, well, we didn't have our starting Heisman favored quarterback. Oh, well, one loss. He'll be back in a few weeks. You do play Mateer and you lose that game. You just lost to an unranked team. You were playing that star quarterback, and now you have this giant blemish on your record. And you also forced in a play of an injury, which that was just my problem in general. They said 4 weeks. It's been 2. They said we're gonna let him play. That just you just that should have just never went through the mind there because honestly maybe Texas still didn't play great offense. Only 16 points on offense.
No.
Look, I'm gonna say.
But the game wasn't really close. It wasn't really close either.
But Mateer didn't give him the best chance because the guy's hurt, and clearly, I mean, that was his worst performance we've seen him play in 2 years. Like, what do you expect? He's hurt. He has an injury that he's not even halfway healed through yet, and you're over there trying to force him to play against one of the best defenses in the country. And yeah, I mean, 3 interceptions doesn't surprise me.
And he got hit at one time. He had a hole in his wrist or something like on the same hand as his thumb.
I think if you had played the backup, you would have had a better chance to play it. And if you lose, you could have the audible excuse, "Oh, we didn't have Mateer," and that's fine. But this game did not hold. This game was not worth your season. Like, it was not worth your season. It was not worth putting a blemish on your record. If you lost without Mateer, whatever, no one's batting an eye. But you played Mateer, and now we're all just like, that's just a bad loss. You lost by 17 to a team that has not played good at all, a team that had lost to Florida. I mean, it was just a bad decision through and through. And I was getting more and more infuriated throughout the week seeing him go from questionable to probable, and I'm just like, why? Like, you said 2 weeks ago that he's out for a month, and like, let it be out for a month.
Yeah.
Now, if you go out and you lose 2 losses, like if they were like to lose next week, like, sure, got to get him back because the season's almost over. You were undefeated, and a loss to Texas was not, the end of your season. You could have lost to Texas, and you still had a great chance to go out there and go 5-1 the rest of the year, and then you would still be a playoff team. You would probably be a 2-loss SEC team, and who knows what conference championship would have shook out to be. But overall, you still would have had a chance for playoffs, and that's the goal this year for Oklahoma, is to have a season with a pulse. This just puts a giant blemish on that, and I think it's stupid in general. I thought it was just a dumb play there by Brent Venables. I thought Oklahoma, even without him, still could have had a chance to win. I think with him, it actually held them back even more because they were trying to force something that wasn't there.
I completely agree with you. Now let me ask you, because you bought a lot of Oklahoma stock coming into the season. Are you holding on to the Oklahoma stock, or are you selling it?
Absolutely. Look, we didn't see Mateer at 100. It showed. Like we didn't see him at his best. Like he couldn't spot the ball that he usually the way he does. The touch wasn't there that we know him for. And really, he ran the ball better because he wasn't throwing the ball that well. I'm still high up on him. I'm just really annoyed with this. Like you said 4 weeks. You tried to make it 2 on a throwing hand. Does anyone hear that? Like, this isn't like an ankle injury of your quarterback where it's like tape it up real nice. Really, you're gonna go out there and be tough. Like this is the moneymaker. This is the moneymaker. Yeah. You're fucking talking about. This is your game. This is your offense right here. Hello, that's what you're playing around with. So to try and force that at not 100% doesn't make sense to me. Nothing about it made sense to me. I mean, a hand that is halfway healed cannot be better than a backup who you can game scheme around. I was just really hoping this was tactic, and then on Thursday it came out that Mateer was probable, and I was like, okay, well, I know they're not lying now. They were actually going to try and play him. It was just a stupid move in general, and I think it was probably – I don't even know whose idea it was. I don't know who was at the source of, we should try and get Mateer to play in this game, but overall I think it was just a bad move, and it just makes Oklahoma look way worse than what it would have if they just let him heal.
Maybe he wanted to play. Maybe he wanted to get back.
Yeah, he might have been pushing for it.
He definitely wanted to play, but once again, your season.
Got to tell him no.
Your
Got to
season
tell him no.
wasn't all just in this one game, but you treated it like it was. And I get it; it's a Red River rivalry. It's a big ordeal, but your season is the LSU game laid down the road. Like that's. It's games like that really matter for this team.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the remaining schedule, I mean, they can. With the loss to Texas, they were going to go play South Carolina. They could beat them, but then you got to go play Ole Miss. Then you got to play Tennessee. Then you got to play Bama. Then you got to play Mizzou. Then you got to play LSU. Making sure he's healthy by that Ole Miss week there on the 25th. That's what I would be focused on the most. But you're over here trying to make him play against unranked Texas and South Carolina. Like, you can't go out there and compete with your backup. I mean, you need to have him for these last 5 games of the year at 100% because that's where the season lies, is those 5 straight games of ranked opponents.
Now, I really, let's move on. Stick in the SEC. So I agree completely with you. I'm holding Oklahoma stock still. I think he's going to heal, get better. But here's a game which has one fan base feeling lucky they got away with a win, and another fan base infuriated at the SEC refs again. Auburn and Georgia. Auburn wanted to be up 17-0. Couldn't do it because of this play right here, guys. Justin, was this a touchdown or was this a fumble?
This didn't come out until was it show? I only saw this after the game. But
this was after the game. They did not do this in the game.
Yeah, this was a touchdown. Like, it didn't come out until hours after.
I agree. I think it was a touchdown. Wait, Logan, touchdown? Because if you watched it live, you had your own take. Because the ball was moving. The ball was moving, and it's kind of hard to see whether it crossed the goal line.
No, this picture doesn't do it justice.
But that's what it is. He still had control of the ball as the tip of that ball crosses the tip of that plane.
It's one of those things where the call on the field is 50-50, and the review is fucking this. It's like, I don't know. I don't think it's a worse call. I don't think it lost him the game either.
I think
Well, there's a lot of other calls.
The other calls definitely did, but this wasn't. I don't know. It's like
this is what I'm saying. We're gonna get robot refs, Justin. We're gonna get robot refs because this is the kind of shit that the SEC does week in, week out to make sure their teams get that spot in the fucking playoffs.
There's too many judgment calls in football for robot refs to really be true, in my opinion. I think
But here you could have some lasers. You could
stuff
easily
like
just
this.
draw a line up there and see. Yep, crosses the football.
Same thing with soccer. It's like they could plant cameras at every corner of a goal, and you can see if that ball completely crosses the goal line. I don't give a fuck about that play though. You didn't make a damn adjustment.
Oh, looks like we have a call in.
Hope he's not an Auburn guy.
This might be an Auburn guy. Let's see. You are listening to the college football, or you're calling into the college football extravaganza podcast. What's going on?
Paul, the ball was moving, Paul. The ball was out. That's all I want to say. I ain't keeping nobody's time. That ball was moving. And Kirby claps like that. He's always clapped like that.
That was
and
egregious.
Saying, Paul, that ball was out.
You're okay.
That ball was moving, Paul.
You're
I'm
gonna
tired of all this Auburn wham wham boo hoo roll the damn tumor corner wham wham fuck me Cam Newton 20 years ago. The ball was moving, Paul. The ball was out.
Okay, so you're saying okay, hang up. All right, look. Ball was moving.
The
timeout is egregious.
Is like scholarship revocable. That's like bowl game not applicable worthy almost.
Because look at this. He's saying he's clapping. But here's the replay. And the camera on this is great. That's a timeout. That is a timeout.
And he's saying timeout.
And they change his ears. He's clapping. They're clapping. Justin.
It was look. Him trying to play this off in the presser was the stupidest fucking shit. I mean,
What do you mean? This?
Yeah. Him trying to act like he didn't call a timeout. Like, look.
Terrible.
This
total for the game.
Right here
if these guys
there was a stoppage right before the penalty on Cash where it looks like he may have tried to call a timeout and gesturing with your hands. What do you call about that play?
Yeah, they're clapping. So I told them before the game, if these guys clap, it's a penalty. They can't clap because it will false snap. I've lost games on that before in this stadium. And I told them, I said, if they clap, I'm going to tell you. I got somebody in the box watching every play. They were clapping.
Gosh.
So I ran over to him and said, they're clapping. They're clapping. And he thought I called timeout. And so I wanted to make sure.
That's insane.
Oh, the way.
I did not see that yet.
We were going to get it off before the shot clock.
The lifting of the hat.
We were going to get it off.
The lifting of the hat.
Hair comes with it.
And the lifting of the hat off and looking down and not looking at anyone when he says, so I called timeout, is what gets me. That's what gets me, dude.
I mean, he should actually be fined for that or something.
Something's got to happen.
That's insane, dude. And the refs look like a bunch of bozos. Here's the thing about timeouts. Here's the thing about timeouts. That's one of them. No, the thing about timeouts is the whole point of it.
It's like that.
But the whole point of a timeout is to stop the game, right? You basically a timeout is like a nuke button. Once the timeout is called, it's been called, man. Even if it was a mistake, you can't take it back because you basically got the timeout. That's why, if you're out of timeouts and you call a timeout, it's a penalty.
It's a penalty, yeah. Should have been a penalty.
It should have been a penalty because or at least it's no, you got to take the timeout. I accidentally blew the whistle. I stopped the game. No matter what, the timeout already started.
But I appreciate the gamesmanship after of just like the coach going, no, them motherfuckers are clapping, and I didn't call a timeout. Fuck you. Like, he's riding for his dogs, dude. In such an emotional victory for Kirby. He was standing up on the table. He said he took his son to a baseball field named after his dad before the game. So very emotional win for
cool.
Kirby. It is cool,
But
that's a 7 points. That's a 2-score swing right there. Instead of going up 17-0, Georgia gets it, scores, and now it's a whole new ball game.
I would have loved for Auburn to have beaten. You know, it's funny. My girlfriend's dad is an Auburn fan, and before the season started, we got into an argument about, not an argument, but like he was talking about how Auburn
got into a fist fight over
Auburn. Yeah, we got
football.
into a fist fight. No, he was saying Auburn always gets picked on by the refs and stuff, and I was like, man, everyone says that about their team, and now it's like getting hard to, hard to fight them on that.
It's like three games. It's
in a
like
row where you're
Oklahoma
like,
game, they
ooh.
got fucked. The game before that, they got fucked. This game, they got fucked too.
It's kind of like, well, do they hate Hugh Freeze?
No, Bama pays them. Bama pays the refs to fuck up Auburn during the season,
but not in the Iron Bowl.
Yeah. All right. I mean, what can we do, Justin? What can we do about these referees?
Kill them.
I mean, look, I think the Oklahoma game's as worse as it's going to get because the conference comes out and makes a statement on it.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
Right.
That, like, kind of similar to a timeout. You can't take back a loss. Whenever it hits final, it hits final. You can't take it back. I mean, I guess it could, but I just never heard of that happening.
They took Bobby Bowden's wins from him.
See, this is these.
They took Joe Paterno's reason for him for no good reason.
This situation here for this game, it's a what-if statement. Because, like, what if that this
Right.
doesn't happen, we go down
Right.
and score. That's a what-if. That's a maybe. The Oklahoma game, that was like, no, this happened. Like, there was touchdown plays on broken rules that were not, they weren't punished for or
Yeah.
penalized for. So that is not a what-if situation. That is you didn't do your job. We lost the game because of that. It wasn't because you missed a call. It was because you missed a call, and that missed call led to a touchdown. And this whole conference came out and released a statement. This one right here, though, it's like Auburn fans are just bitching. Like, this is, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see the ACC do the booth review, how they're talking, like full transparency. Tell me your process while you're looking over it in the review booth and make a decision quick. So that's what I would like to see happen. But anyway, moving on. Any last thoughts on Georgia Auburn? I mean, Georgia bounces back off the loss against Alabama. Auburn continuing down, looking at firing Hugh Freeze again potentially.
Womp womp.
Womp womp womp. Speaking of firing coaches, this is one of the last two games we'll get to. Then we'll get into Week 8. James Franklin, he's out after over a decade. Right? How long he was there since 2014, right? 2014, yeah. I mean, dude was I didn't think they would pull the trigger on it, but I think it had to happen. You lose to Northwestern. He's 3-3 against Northwestern.
What the fuck?
As Penn State, 3-3.
Well, hang on. Pat Fitzgerald was a thing. Let's not just ignore that.
I'm not discrediting Pat Fitzgerald.
You literally just did. Those 3 losses are two of them are Pat Fitzgerald.
That's fine. It's Penn
one
State.
One of them's not.
It's Penn State, and they're supposed to win games like that. You're supposed to beat North. There are teams that are supposed to beat other teams, and Penn State is supposed to beat Northwestern. And this is I mean, look at how he's kind of taking this in. I think he's waiting on his players to get back in, but
no, he knows. He knows.
In that moment, before he even got fired, it looked like he knew.
No, he knows.
Yeah.
They had a talk before this.
Had to have.
Look, I'll say it. Y'all know I don't like Penn State. This was stupid.
The firing is stupid?
The firing's stupid.
Okay.
I think it's stupid too.
I think it is too, especially in the middle of the season. I don't mind it. I don't mind it later. Let him finish the season out.
I don't even know. Like, what are you gonna? What situation are you gonna get in that's better than James Franklin? Honestly, he had you one game away from the national championship last year.
Okay, but
I get a lot of thought. There's a lot of thoughts behind it, and I get there's a lot of grievances. But you got to remember that James Franklin. Here's what's happened in the past 16 days of Penn State football. They host game day. James Franklin's sitting up there at the game day desk talking to Nick Saban wearing a fucking onesie. Damn. Yeah, Nick Saban was wearing a fucking onesie next to James Franklin.
Damn, that's what did it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Came back down 14 against Oregon, forced overtime, and then was up 7 in overtime against Oregon in a top 10 matchup. Didn't get it that night. Just didn't get the luck of the draw. Lost that game to a competitive team and a better coach more than anything else. All right, what happens next week? Okay, they got shocked by the world. They shocked the whole world, but this was the arrival of Jerry Neuheisel. And here's the thing. For me, we haven't even talked about UCLA. They are 2-1 in Big Ten play, and they're competing, and they look really great. And
they do look good.
Because here's the thing: while UCLA is 2-4 in the year, but UCLA is in that locker room. They're 2-0, and we all know they're 2-0 in that.
Yeah,
locker room.
100. Yeah, you're right, 100%.
There's no way anyone can prepare or anticipate what UCLA did against Penn State. They have a Heisman caliber quarterback, and I only say that because he was a semifinalist last year for Nico. We haven't seen him play up to that ability at all. But then he finally gets a coach who has an offensive mind, was a Power 4 quarterback, is a smart guy, and Neuheisel, and puts up 5 touchdowns. Look.
Yeah, he balled out against Penn State. He was running all over him.
What would you do as a defensive coordinator in Jim Knowles? Like, you take the 4 games or 0-4. It's like, okay, all I could do is watch this. I wouldn't have anything else to prepare for, and that's all he had. And so he prepares with that film. They run out there with completely different schemes. Yeah, you know what? Probably a lot of teams do get popped in the mouth and lose that game. I wasn't surprised about it. And then the Northwestern game, your quarterback goes down. That's just a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
And you just couldn't do anything about that. Now, when the season comes to an end, the worst loss of these 3 will be the Northwestern loss. Like, that UCLA loss, trust me, I think with the way everything's been kind of been building, I think we're going to look back and say that UCLA loss is, almost competitively as good as the Oregon loss, because UCLA I think it's going to turn into just a completely different football team here down the road.
Great point.
But the Northwestern loss, that's the shell-shocking one. That's the inexcusable one. And it's understandable, but once again, your quarterback did go down. That's just, a lot of coaches, that's going to fault you, and that's going to be a problem. Now, here's the thing. Now you're 3-3. You were the preseason number 1. They threw a bag at Jim Knowles. He's the highest paid defensive coordinator in the country. They will steal him from the rival in Ohio State. And you got a tough schedule ahead of you. You got to win some games. You lose your wideout for the first time in 7 years. You won your last 6. And so now it's like, okay, we're really wishy-washy right now. Then you lose the UCLA game, but I still don't fault them for that, especially after seeing how they looked like it's Michigan State. Like, hey, this is clearly a team that has really started to figure some things out, and they look really good. And, that's why they were one of my locks last week. I had them at plus 7.5, but I also had them winning that game, and they did.
Yeah.
Handily. There's just no reason for the Franklin firing, for the simple fact of I think my numbers might be off by 1 or 2 here. It's went 11-win season, 10-win season, 13-win season, Big Ten appearance, semifinal appearance, and then you fire them because you're 3-3.
Yeah.
Where's the realism here? Because
I think the realism is there are a lot of those good stats, right? And that kept him there for a long time. But the bad stats is why he's getting fired.
Correct.
He's 0-15 versus top 5 teams. He's 4-21 versus top 10 teams. 3-17 versus Michigan and Ohio State. And he's the first coach to lose consecutive games where he was a 20-point favorite in both of those games.
Correct. And here's the thing. His last big win was 2016 against Ohio State. That's the last big one. They were number 2 in the country. And blocked field goal, took it back, huge win. That was kind of like the arrival of James Franklin. And then you had the Rose Bowl against Sam Darnold with Saquon. Couldn't get that done. But, you had Heisman caliber talent roll through there, and you still weren't able to win top 10 games with Saquon. they didn't win. They didn't win games with Saquon that they were supposed to win. Like they lost to Ohio State. They had arguably top 5 running back ever in college football history when it comes to skill wise. And yeah, they weren't able to win games with him. They've had plenty of great tight ends, and the thing is for me, he never could recruit a fucking quarterback to save his life. The Trace McSorleys, they don't do it for me,
No.
Drew Aller, he's. I was so tired of the damn Drew Aller bullshit. I mean, the entire college football world said because he was a 4-year starter that this guy was going to be a first-rounder Heisman contender quarterback. I was like, you clearly haven't watched it because nothing has progressed over these 4 years. It's just kind of stayed the same. That's the problem for me is you're not growing your talent, and you're able to go out there and win these games. I think he's a great coach. He's not it's the talent that's the problem. He can't go get the damn talent. And clearly they had the money to go buy talent because they were able to whip out $50 fucking million on Sunday and say, yeah, we're going to fire your ass.
That's a huge buyout. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Why not wait?
That's the shocking factor is because now here's the situation for Penn State. You get rid of the guy who has made you relevant because people like James Franklin and said, oh, well, he's a nice guy. We're going to baby Penn State. We're going to put them in the top 10 to start the year, and we'll see if they'll hang up there until the Ohio State or Michigan game or whatever game is their big ranked game for the season and see if they can win it. And that typically always is the Ohio State game as like their demise, and they kind of just trickle off the map after that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I mean, when it comes to him, yeah, you could fire him because you haven't won the big games, and I understand that. But what do you do now? Like, where's your realism here? Where were you before James Franklin? Pretty bad.
Diddling.
Wasn't great. You had Joe Pa.
Joe Pa.
Joe Pa was a legend. Rest in peace. We don't like to talk about the things that were happening in the locker room and whatever all that nonsense. What?
What happened in the locker room?
What, were they slapping each other's butts or something?
You don't remember like the Joe Pa scandal?
What happened in the locker room?
Were they slapping
Don't
each
you
other's
mouth off
butts?
to me, or I'm gonna slap you right in your penis.
I think we had a soundbite. I think we had a soundbite from Sandusky.
Was
there.
that Joe Pa?
Yeah, I think that was Sandusky.
But anyways,
Sandusky was railroaded.
So now what's your image for the next 5 years if you're Penn State? You don't have any. Like
yeah.
it's
rough now.
You can't
they're
you
fucked.
can't buy a big name coach. You just spent $50 fucking million just to fire one, the guy who kept you relevant. And basically, you couldn't just accept you were you were an upper tier. You weren't the number 1 team, that's for sure. Team in the Big Ten. You were a competitive team in college football, and you couldn't accept that. You wanted more, and I feel like this is a little bit of greed with Penn State that they just couldn't accept that. Really, you're not going to get much better than this. No matter what, you're not going to compete over Ohio State. You're not going to recruit over Ohio State and Michigan. You don't have the money that Phil Knight and Oregon have over there in the conference. This is about what you can get. Is the number 4 team in the conference. Number 3 this year because Michigan has a young quarterback. This is it, especially with the NIL world.
I think the real kicker in the nutsack here is that the playoff is Penn State friendly, right? Like, you're right. They're not going to win the conference, but they will sneak into the playoffs. And now with these losses here, you got Oregon, UCLA, and Northwestern. You can kiss the playoffs. They're not going to the playoffs. So I think to me, it was like that's what we were here for, was to sneak in. And now we're not even getting that. So we got to figure something out where we can at least sneak into the playoffs.
You know what's funny though is like it kind of baffles me, right? Because like Billy Napier and Mike Norvell still have their jobs, right? They don't have half the resume of James Franklin.
That's a great point.
And here's the thing. Look at what happened with Mike Norvell. The guy went 13-0, got snipped out of the playoffs, and then went 2-10. And they said we're going to keep him still. We're going to let him have that. James Franklin went 13-0, made the semifinal, went 3-3 to start the year, and they canned his ass.
And almost beat Notre Dame. Almost beat Notre Dame. Let's say it.
But that's the thing is like if Florida State, who is a true blue blood, like they are a competitive school.
Yeah, I think so.
Didn't fire their coach after going 2-10 off their best year since Jimbo and Jameis. Then why is Penn State doing that? Because this was their best year since Joe Pa, and they're really not going to find they weren't going to have a better year than last year. Realistically, 3-3 isn't terrible. It's just things got really rocky. Last year for Florida State was an all-time and embarrassing season. They go out there and lose to Georgia Tech and Boston College to start the year, and they're just lost and in shambles. For Penn State, they're out here losing in one-score games, and they're like, we got to get rid of you. Where's the sense of realism? You just don't understand where your true position is as a program, that you know, like, this is it. You're not getting any better than this. That's it.
That was a good rant. No, I mean, there's a lot to digest there, because now you're saying you're kind of establishing moving forward, barring like some ungodly coach grab, that they're not going to be good for a long time.
I saw some candidates for this today, by the way. Matt Rule was one of them. I think that's
he's doing some PR hard right now. He's like, I'm not going anywhere, guys.
I think, well, yeah, because right now Matt Rule is staring a playoff appearance in the face right now.
Yeah,
he just has to go, just drive the Lambo straight. You'll get there. They have the talent. They have the schedule. That's very easy. They can walk through the rest of the year pretty handily. The Michigan loss does suck because they should have won that game, especially seeing how Michigan's starting to fall off. We'll dive into that later on. But, yeah, he can't say that right now, not in the middle of the year. But then you have guys like Dan Mullen, who's 6-0. That's an interesting one. Kenny Dillingham. That's an interesting look, Signetti's not going anywhere. I said a lot of people were saying Signetti, and here was my take on this. Signetti and Lane Kiffin in the exact same fucking boat. No reason why. And I'm not saying this is Signetti. If he would go to Florida, that's an upgrade. But this is just we're talking conferences here.
Right.
Lane Kiffin. There's like, Lane Kiffin to Florida. Look, why the hell would Lane Kiffin want to leave what he's built for 5 years in the neighborhood? We're going to call the neighborhood the SEC. It's a neighborhood. He's going to go move in 2 houses down and then have to restart everything in that same neighborhood, where he just has to walk next door. Why would he do that? And for Curt Cignetti, he has Indiana at its best ever. And it's like, why would Curt Cignetti just go move 2 houses down just to click the restart button? Whatever he's built and he's living comfortable, the other 2 houses back there. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Why would he jump ship in the conference that he is having the much better success than that house two houses down? Because the house is 2 doors down. You got to do a lot of rebuilds, a lot of upgrades. There's holes in the wall. There's leaky plumbing. It's just bad through and through. But over there, you're living really comfortable. You've been there for a while. You're established. The furniture's moved in. The wife's happy. You're good. Why would you just want to uplift and just go restart everything where it's going to be a much tougher situation?
I happen to think like Penn State and Florida are both fully furnished houses right now. The only thing is the tenant's not good, right?
The house. So you got to fucking clean up.
No, but like the facilities at Florida are way better than facilities at Ole Miss.
Facilities don't matter anymore, though.
Yeah,
that's not the world we live in. Facilities are
money,
gone.
baby.
Oh well, I mean, Florida's got more money than Ole Miss does, for sure.
But Florida has more money than Ole Miss, but who's making more with less money? I mean, that's Kiffin. But
right, yeah, no, obviously, and that's why he would be a good fit at Florida. Plus, not to mention, it's a childhood dream.
I think you got to let go of Lane to Florida. I think you got to let go of that.
I don't think we're gonna get him this year. I think I've been saying I don't think we're getting him.
I don't think you're gonna get him at all.
I think we'll get him eventually. I don't know.
Why would
Maybe
you
not.
want to move next door in the SEC? Like, I am a top team in the SEC. I've built a great program, and this isn't just like off this 1 year. Like this is
the ceiling is higher at
4
Florida.
years.
The ceiling's far higher at Florida than it is at Ole Miss. Tell me I'm wrong.
We've seen where's Florida's ceiling been the past few years? Because Ole Miss's has been way higher. They've been through the roof.
When's the last time they've won a national championship or an SEC championship? They don't. They don't.
That for me goes out the window. This is a whole different lifestyle. The last time Florida competed for a national championship, that format's dead. That format.
Franklin,
is
the Gators.
Dead.
Franklin, not to the Gators. I don't want.
No,
I don't want
absolutely not. That makes no sense.
The way you're talking right now about the facilities and the ceilings, that only applied to the BCS era. The CFP era that we are in right now is for your Penn States, for your Indianas, for your Ole Misses. and that is why Lane Kiffin.
You guys are going to sit here and tell me $1 million NIL facilities and programs don't matter. Florida has under Billy Napier.
It's not enough of a
give Billy
gap.
Napier credit. He built the program around NIL and like Florida Victorious and shit like that to make it a home for top athletes. That's what he did. That wasn't around before Dan Mullen was here. That's why Dan Mullen was pissed at Florida for not spending the money on the modern shit that is needed.
I mean, maybe if we're that argument might work if we're talking about Indiana versus Penn State, but the gap between Ole Miss and Florida can't be that big in terms of what you're talking about.
I don't think it is. I just think like recruiting far better. You're talking about Florida versus Mississippi. It's far better.
True.
There's a whole lot of aspects where Lane has a higher ceiling at Florida than he does at. We got a call and he's interrupting my dreams of Lane Kiffin at Florida. You are listening to College Football Extravaganza. Who we got on the line?
This is Casey again. One more time. This is it. But I gotta agree with Justin here, man. Like, Lane Kiffin's got the number 5 team in the country, and we're talking about what he can't do at Ole Miss, that he can do at Florida. He's got him at number 5.
Yeah, right now.
He wants it at Ole. Exactly, and Florida's in the cellar.
He was at that last year, and we beat him.
Oh.
Right, exactly. That's why I didn't want Lane at Alabama. I agree, but this whole argument, this like what you can do at Florida is more than what you can do at an Ole Miss or an Indiana. I frankly disagree. It's NIL. It's new college football. Like, there are no rules. It is the Wild West. Whatever you say goes. And so for Florida, I think that they are in line to get a really, really, really good coach.
Yeah, no, I think we're going to get someone good.
Let's make this a point.
But I don't see why a Kurt Signetti or Lane Kiffin or even, I'm going to throw this one at you. If I'm Eli Drinkowitz, I'm staying in Missouri. Why would I leave? I have proven that I can do anything here. I can be in playoff contention. I don't have to share the state with anybody good. I don't have to worry about Mario. I don't have to worry if Florida State wants to go get Dion. Why would I go?
Florida State should get Dion, dude.
No, Florida better hope Florida State gets Dion.
That's a whole can of worms.
That would be terrible.
Anyways, look, here's the other problem. Florida's about to go hire its 5th coach since Urban. And the one who did the best was Dan Mullen, and they canned his ass the year after his best year because the energy just wasn't there. He just wasn't looking good. Look, 5 coaches. Your best success was that you had an SEC championship appearance. You haven't won any SEC championships. Why would any coach want to go jump in that pool? Because it's clearly just not been very feasible. It's clearly been something that's been very shallow. They're firing coaches 3 years in because they're not having success. I mean, no one wants to go attack this job anymore. It doesn't make sense to go to Florida
Lane Kiffin
anymore.
is set at
So let's just throw all blue blood jobs.
For 5 years.
Let's throw all blue blood jobs. Everyone's even now. NIL started a whole new era where history and tradition don't matter.
That's exactly what NIL's for. We literally saw everyone.
I think the only job, genuinely, I think the only job that's above everyone else, and this is a crazy one, is Oregon. And Josh Pate agrees, because when you have Phil Knight personally funding your team, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
Dan Lanning didn't even take the Alabama call. Why would he? And we're talking about a team that's never won a national championship in history.
When NIL became a thing, I said there was 3 teams specifically that were going to revamp themselves and finally come back from the dead. Oregon, Texas, and Miami. And look what's happened to them.
Can I add a fourth one? Can I add a fourth?
Go ahead.
And then Texas A&M.
Yeah, A&M's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's Mike Elko, though. That's Mike Elko for you.
Oh, my God.
And a big old check from a bunch of old Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Big old checks.
Yeah, they got all the oil money in Texas, Texas Tech, Texas A&M.
5 stars a few years ago. Remember that recruiting class? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I know I'm far off here. I know I'm peddling dreams here, guys. But the visor belongs in Gainesville. That's all I'm going to say. We can leave it there. We can leave it there.
You're right. Eli Drinkowitz does belong in Gainesville.
I'd take Drink at this point. At least he can.
Drink would be great for Florida.
I would take him.
I think that would be the best. I think that would be a great hire.
But same principle, moving houses in the same neighborhood, same principle.
Different size of house, though. Significantly different size of house. Whereas Ole Miss to Florida, it's not that different of a house. It's like an extra couple patio square
it's
feet.
A much older house, very run down. Ole Miss,
That is
Ole Miss really is right now.
There's been
the current
zero
state of Ole
maintenance.
Miss is the house that Lane Kiffin built because he built what is at Ole Miss, and that's
Right.
why it's such a big prominent factor with Lane is that he built this from ground zero to what he wants, and that's why they are where they are. There was nothing good at Ole Miss going on before Lane Kiffin, and he completely revamped everything, and now it looks really good. The Lane Kiffin idea needs to be let go. I think it's got to be let go. It's not going to happen, and I think that's going to do it for Lane. I think he's staying there in Ole Miss. I just do not see him going to Florida.
It would be the smart thing for him to do to stay. I would agree. It would be a smart thing to do.
He's also recruited multiple first-round quarterbacks.
Yeah, because he's a developer. He develops quarterbacks, unlike Billy.
Unlike every coach that's been at Florida the past 15 years.
Yeah, I won't say that Dan Mullen doesn't like. I feel like Dan Mullen in the past has developed, not whenever he was at Florida, maybe, but he's. I mean, you're talking about some great quarterbacks there. But all right, let's move on. Justin, Marshall beat Old Dominion. I wanted to give you a chance to rant on that if you wanted.
We were 14-point underdogs, and we fucking beat the shit out of these guys. But we also, Old Dominion's only ever beat us once. I don't know. We have an offense, and I'm happy about that, and I'm ecstatic. I'm a little mad. This makes me a little more upset about the Louisiana loss a few weeks ago because of of conference play. Like, conference play is what matters for me. Like, I couldn't really give a damn about who we lose to, like us getting blown out by Georgia. I don't give a fuck. But, we have an offense. Defense, it's questionable. But, hey, it's a much better situation than I thought we'd be in, and I'm very happy about that because our team literally didn't know each other come week one. So, yeah, it's a good situation over there for the green and white.
And after that overtime loss that I think you guys should have won, that's a good win to get back to. All right, our game of the week last week, Indiana went to Oregon, and glad I locked. This was my only win of the week last week. I don't know what I'm doing the past 2 weeks. Been doing terrible on my locks. Indiana saved me, and they looked like the absolute better team from like start to finish in this game.
Yeah, that was a complete football game that they won. It wasn't anything fluky. It
Physical.
was physical. Yeah, like they just won a football game. Like that was, dude. I was so surprised.
And now they're third. Now they're third in the AP poll.
That's a solid ranking.
The question here: is Indiana a top 3 team? I think they are.
I mean, yeah, dude. They got it. Like, yeah, Oregon. Oregon didn't look bad. Like that was just high level football, dude.
Hey, I went 4-1 last week. Just want to put that out there.
Good job. Yes, you did. Logan went 3-2. I went 1-4, and we will go over those in a second. So that's fine. But
I'm very I'm happy to see this for Signetti. This is he got a lot of grief early in the year, and I think he even got a little bit from us just because of the timing of the situation when he said it. But kind of threw a little bit of a hatred comment out there towards the SEC because they didn't play enough, non-conference Power 4 games. And you know what? Who needs them whenever you're going out there and you're beating the ranked? Here's the thing. So my theory on this game was that Indiana held a giant crystal ball for the entire outlook of the Big Ten outside of Ohio State because of who they've already played. Well, because we were really lost heading into this game of like, who is really this good? Like, is USC really this good? Is Illinois that bad? I don't know. They beat USC, but they got blown out by 50 by Indiana. But Indiana's got to go play Oregon. They've dominated who they played, but are they really true opponents? Them winning this game against Oregon showed a lot of things. One, Oregon's a good team, but the win over Penn State doesn't mean anything anymore, which we know. They fired the coach. That kind of went with
right.
it. And that's kind of where we're holding. Like, if Indiana loses this game, we're kind of just sitting here saying, okay, Ohio State is truly the dominant team in the Big Ten. Like, Oregon doesn't really have a great win. But Indiana beat Illinois by 50. Illinois beat USC. USC went and beat Michigan. And I think this shows a lot of where we can really fill out these rankings with the Big Ten is, well, USC, they're actually pretty fucking good. They just lost a close game to Illinois, and they went out and beat Michigan, and they handled Michigan, might I add. They handled them.
They did. They did.
Was a great quarterback.
Ran the ball on them too.
Again, physical game. Like I was surprised by that. They won a physical game. That's why I thought they were going to lose.
And the Lincoln Riley defense held them to 13 points.
It was good shit all around.
On that game, that's the biggest win for USC in the Lincoln Riley era, right there. That's the biggest win there.
Yeah, it's certainly a flag planting statement win for sure. I'm inclined to agree with you. I think that's a huge win for Lincoln Riley. I do want to play this because let's give Cignetti his flowers. He earned this. He just signed an 8-year deal with Indiana, so they are ecstatic to have him as their head coach for like the better part of a decade.
We awoke to some big news from Bloomington this morning. You signed a new 8-year deal. Congratulations on that. Curious, though, what were some of the important elements that you wanted included in that extension?
Well, honestly, they came to me. They were very proactive. And, some people say, well, why would you do that when, this one may open, that one may open, and you're going to be a hot commodity, blah, blah, blah. And the fact of the matter is, we're the emerging superpower in college football. Why would I leave?
Dang. We're the emerging superpower in college football. Why would I leave?
Love it.
Which goes to what you were saying about Lane Kiffin and all these other teams.
Yeah. Kurt Cignetti is the I view him as the evil villain with a backstory who is just like walked in. Like, you got to think.
The villain you want to root for, though, right? Yeah, I want to root for him.
The guy was, he dominated FCS at James Madison, then walked into FBS and just kicked ass. I hated playing Kurt Cignetti against Marshall. We beat him, but I hated playing against him. He terrified me. And, I was terrified last year when he played against Ohio State. I was like, I don't know what this motherfucker can really do. And I'm just glad we're not facing him till the Big Ten championship right now. Because I don't know what he can do, especially because he has a much better quarterback this year than Rourke. I mean, for me, Cignetti's he's just a winner. I mean, what we said about Kalen DeBoer, he won games at Buffalo. He won games at Leopold in FCS, I think, or was it D2? One of the two. He was a dominant coach, whatever division he was in before he got to FCS and then D1. Then he went to Washington, dominated there. Bama, it's been a little more shaky, but, he has been where you want him. Overall, very similar style and background. Just a guy who just knows how to win football games and is just slowly climbing up the ranks, and now they have reached they've emerged at the actual, they're here to play.
We are hitting close to the hour and 45-minute mark, so we're going to go through a fast wrap-up real quick and then get on to our last week's locks and then week 8 picks and locks. So last week, Ohio State beat Illinois handily. Kansas State breaks the Irish curse, and they beat TCU. USC shows Michigan how to play offense and holds them to 13 points. Bobby Petrino almost beats Tennessee at Tennessee. UCLA wins another conference game in a stunning fashion against Michigan State. Handled them. Colorado beats Iowa State. The Mormons soaked the Cats in overtime. BYU gets another win. The Catholics tamed the Wolfpack as they covered against NC State. And Kansas and Texas Tech was not close. Texas Tech looks like a group full of men on the field. And Arizona State loses to Utah. Oh, and Dan Mullen is 6-0.
Yep.
Damn.
Dan Mullen 6-0. I went 1-4 last week with my lone lock win being Indiana. I lost Oklahoma, Michigan, South Carolina, and NC State. I'm on a losing streak. I need to come back. I need to find some good locks this week. Logan went 3-2. You had USF, Washington, Ohio State as your wins. Bama as an L, Oklahoma as an L. Justin, You went 4-1. I got you as USF, Washington, Cincinnati, Oklahoma, UGA, but I think you might have switched one of those because.
Nope, that wasn't mine. You got somebody else's on there.
Okay.
Mine was, I took. What was it? Okay, here we go. Indiana plus 7.5, UCLA plus 7.5, Tennessee minus 12.5, Ohio State minus 13.5, and then Bama. Y'all gave me the point on this. Remember, minus 2.5.
Right.
Yeah. Because we were seeing different odds, but yeah, 4-1.
Okay, then Logan, you're also 4-1 then too.
Hell yeah.
Because we gave both of you guys the points.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, I do too. All right, good job. 4-1. All right, it's time. We're moving on to week 8. Everyone, let's go. All right, starting off with Friday night. Friday night college football games. Louisville goes to Miami, and I mean, Louisville's one of those teams, man, that I'd never want to count out. But Miami, I think they'll cover here. But honestly, dude,
I don't think they beat Miami.
I don't think they beat them, but like
they could cover
13.5 points with how conservative. With how conservative. Oh, sorry. There we go. He's back. How conservative Crystal Ball plays all the time. I could see that happening.
Yeah, same. Or letting them come back late or something. Letting them score 2 stupid touchdowns to cover at the end. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. So, I mean, you also got a Nebraska at Minnesota on Friday night. That, to me, this game is a tough trap game for Nebraska. Minnesota here, Justin. You got any take on them? I mean, I think Dylan Raiola's playing a lot better than he was in the beginning of the season.
Nebraska handles business.
I think they do too, but I think it's close. It's historically a close game. PK Fleck likes to row the boat on the Huskers.
Yeah, okay, I couldn't hear myself. I don't know. I don't like 7.5 here for Nebraska.
I don't like it either.
I wouldn't touch it.
I wouldn't touch it either. All right, North Carolina at Cal. This is going to be my first lock of the week. I'm going to lock in Cal with the 10.5.
If Bill Belichick loses this game by 3 scores, do they fire him?
I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. They might. They're talking about it. They're talking about firing him already.
They got to be.
I
got to keep this down because in C. No. I got Cal. All right, we got Cal. All right, moving on to Saturday, Logan. We'll let you kick this off since your team is playing at 11 a.m. in Nashville, Tennessee. LSU goes to Vanderbilt.
I kind of already said it. I think LSU loses, but take the under. I think LSU loses a game that they could win if Garrett Nussmeier were to capitalize on any opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
How many yards does Nuss need to throw for LSU to win this game?
250.
I don't know. It's more about the red zone shit. Capitalizing when we're in the freaking red zone and running the ball when we're not in it. But I don't know about yards, but touchdown to interception ratio is more worrisome. But yards, I don't think he has to throw for a whole lot of yards if we can run the ball. We've had spurts of that.
I'm locking in the under.
Okay.
I'm locking in the under and give me Vanderbilt to win.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to take give me the Buccaneers plus 4.5 Monday night.
The Buccaneers plus 4.5.
Yeah. Lock it in.
I'm locking it in. It's not a real lock. I can't hit the lock button. It's not a real lock.
Yeah, I was so confused.
Yeah, it's college football. And
Not a real lock.
I was like, am I missing a game here? And I didn't realize you were talking about the NFL.
That's fake lock. Fake lock. I mean, Justin, you got to take it. Who wins? LSU, Vanderbilt? That's a tough one. It is a tough one.
Give me Give me LSU.
I could see it. I could see it happening. I mean, a big.
I could see it too. Again, ugly though.
Yeah, but if LSU wins this in Nashville against Vandy, and this is weird to say because it's Vandy, but that's a bounce back game, and you guys are back on track.
Yeah, and this might be getting a little ahead of schedule, but I actually like LSU in the Texas A&M game more than the Vandy game, just because of the home environment. And if we can win this Vandy game, then I really like LSU for the A&M game. But yeah, this Vandy game is it's kind of a hump in the season right here.
Yeah.
You know? If we can get over this, I think good things could happen.
Understand. All right, and we'll go to the Florida game next. Just to cover all of our teams first. We got Mississippi State coming to town. I mean, Mississippi State and Jeff Levy, they're looking good. They're looking like a tough physical team. I want to say we get them. I don't like the -8.5 though. With how we've been playing, we haven't scored like against a team like this. We don't score 20 points.
Give me Mississippi State plus 8.5. Lock it in.
Ooh, with the lock. Do you think they get the win, or do you think Florida actually bounces back and gets a win here in the swamp?
I think the only reason they get a win is because it's in the swamp. But I do not see them handling business.
And they're wearing the throwbacks. We've never lost in the throwbacks.
Whoa.
We're in the throwbacks this week.
Pulling out all the stops there, Napier.
Yep. Yeah. Well, at least he's doing something. He never wanted to wear anything. But anyway, moving on. I think the Gators get the win. I think the Gators get the win there. That's just me. But I don't like the 8.5. I think Mississippi State covers that, and maybe we win by like a field goal. Okay, 11 a.m. game. This one's tough. Duke hosting the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, and Duke's favorite -1.5. Although Georgia Tech's undefeated and ranked.
I'm
12th.
locking in Duke to take the win and cover.
Logan locked in Duke, and I like that pick.
I like the pick because, hear me out. Do the mental gymnastics with me. I actually think Georgia Tech is going to win. But I think everyone kind of thinks that everyone that thinks they know about football thinks that. And Vegas is trying to catch me with a little bit of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
They think I'm a rat, but I'm not. I'm going to go around the trap, take the cheese from the other side by taking Duke. Do you understand?
You're taking the other cheese.
I'm taking the other cheese.
Justin, what do you think about this other cheese strategy he's got going on?
You're trying to fade Vegas.
I'm trusting Vegas.
Trying to fade Vegas's fade, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Double fade, double fugazi.
It's a double fugazi. All right. I mean, give me Duke to pull off the upset here. I don't want it to happen.
I don't either.
I'm reverse psychology.
I don't want it to happen either.
Reverse psychology because my Georgia Tech pick is still alive. One of the only picks still alive from preseason. So I like that. But I don't know. Give me Duke to pull off the upset. They're good. What am I talking about? What am I talking about, dude? Give me Georgia Tech. No, I'm sticking with Georgia Tech, dude. I'm sticking with them. I think Haynes King's the man. They only beat Syracuse that one week because Syracuse's quarterback got hurt, as Justin rightfully pointed out. So, I don't know. Give me Georgia Tech. I'm sticking with my team. Let's go Jackets. All right, Washington at Michigan.
Give me Georgia.
Thank you. I didn't know if you were... I didn't know.
I'm over here. Hey, how you doing?
All right. So, okay. So, Georgia Tech, it's only a 1.5 point spread. So, we're going to say they cover. All right. Washington, one of your teams preseason, Justin. We'll give you first bite of the apple since I almost skipped over you on that one. Washington at Michigan. Does Michigan bounce back and get the win? They are favorite -6.5.
I don't know. This kind of comes down to home field advantage. Michigan outside of the top 25 now, but Washington looking good. They're 5-1. Which, hey, who said that? I said, hey. Cover the game against Rutgers. They beat Maryland. I'm gonna run with my boys here. Give me Washington.
I like Washington as well.
I do too, honestly.
After last week, watching USC demolish them like they did. I think we might see a similar game with Washington. Maybe not to that
Here's the
extent.
thing, is that they've been holding out on ranking Washington for so long. But, like, the fact that they held Ohio State to 24 points.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Like, this team is good. They just don't want to admit it, which if they win this game, they get Illinois, Wisconsin, Purdue, UCLA, and Oregon in the year.
I agree. I mean, Washington's still a good football team in my mind. All right, Arizona at Houston. Let's be quick about it. Houston is favorite -1.5. Give me Houston. I think Houston's playing good ball right now. Arizona's struggling to
I'd take
get
Houston.
wins, but that they almost beat BYU. I give them credit for it. Nova Fifita's still good. I still like Houston at home.
What's next?
No, I was waiting on Justin. You got to pick on Houston, Arizona.
Give me Zona.
Zona, nice. Potential shot game implications there. Baylor at TCU. Give me Baylor. TCU screwed me last week.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of the Big 12.
Big
per
12's
the usual.
Big 12's Big 12, and here's one. Oklahoma goes to South Carolina after both teams coming off of a loss. Does John Mateer play? Does South Carolina get Oklahoma 2 years in a row?
No, I think Oklahoma wins this pretty handily.
I don't know.
Ooh.
This is such a
5.5.
a rat game. I don't even know what to take.
This is.
I really.
I almost want to go South Carolina, but it is early in the morning. Not too early. It's 11:45.
Shit for me to go South Carolina. I'll go with Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be the get right game. If John Mateer's back and his hand's fine, Oklahoma's the better team. So I'll stick with what I know and stick with what I've been seeing. We'll go Oklahoma as well. All right, moving on. Ohio State goes to Wisconsin.
Easy stomp.
Yeah, I think we might do it again. I'm gonna be locking in Ohio State at -24.5 points.
I hate 24.5 points.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I hate 24.
But holy moly.
Did you see Wisconsin last week?
Wisconsin is bad.
Did you see Wisconsin last week?
I don't know. Like Ohio State isn't like dominating. Like it's like they are controlling games. They're winning games the way they're supposed to, but they're not absolutely pouring it on. They don't have.
And when
the
it gets
offense right now to pour it on.
No matter what the game is, when the spread is like that, it gets to a point to where it's like, well, how many points do they even want to score? You know what I mean? To cover that.
Like when it gets to like a 21-point lead in the fourth quarter, they're not going to do shit. They're just going to go out there and run out the clock, keep everyone else and go home.
I want to stress the Wisconsin of the situation here, guys. They haven't scored more than 14 points in any game this season. And last week they got shut out by Iowa 37-0.
And they're not going to this week either because of an amazing defense.
Right. I think Ohio State can score more than 24 points too. Yeah, I think they'll cover it. I like them. I like them here. They're gonna have fun in Camp Randall. They're gonna jump around a little bit, jump around on Wisconsin's defense. Indiana hosts Michigan State. Probably a lock you might want to look at, but 27.5 even more. 27.5 is more than I hate that more than I hate the Ohio State.
Yeah, I do hate that a lot.
Give me Marshall +2.5.
You want Marshall? You want to lock Marshall?
I haven't had a Marshall lock in a while.
That's good. Yeah, I should have covered all the teams up front like we were gonna do. So that's fine. Should have covered Marshall. Should have covered FSU. FSU's a late night game. FSU is actually our latest night game at Stanford, 9:30. So
that doesn't bode well.
I mean, it doesn't bode well for traveling. But give me FSU. I don't like the 17.5 though. Stanford is bad.
They are very bad.
Give me Yamford.
You want Stanford?
Give me Stanford.
You want to lock it in?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Give you Stanford to cover the 17.5. If FSU loses this game though, he's done.
You got to buy him out if he loses to Stanford.
That would be devastating. That would be absolutely devastating. I don't think it's going to happen. I think FSU gets them. I don't see them losing there. All right, moving on. Texas A&M at Arkansas. I mean, Bobby Petrino. I think it should be okay. No, it's at Razorback Stadium. Typically, this was a neutral site game at Cowboy Stadium, but I guess they're doing home and home again. Texas A&M's playing like their hair's on fire, dude. Texas A&M's playing really good. Give me A&M, although it's gonna be close. I think the 7.5's about right.
No, I want to lock in A&M to cover 7.5 right now.
Oh, good lock.
Yeah.
I could see him. I think it's gonna be close, but I could see him doing it. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think Texas A&M is a much more complete, focused team than Tennessee is right now.
But he's got motorcycles and hookers.
That is true.
He's got motorcycles, hookers, and cocaine.
That is true.
Never underestimate the power of motorcycles, hookers, and cocaine. Yeah. Justin, what do you think about this one?
Give me Arkansas.
To cover or
No, give me A&M. I think they're going to handle business. I think they're going to look good, and yeah, I don't think Arkansas is a better team than Florida. So if Florida's losing by 17, there's no reason why Arkansas is not.
Mm-hmm.
That made everything make sense for me somehow. Yeah. All right. We'll skip that one. I think that's the game of the week. SMU at Clemson. You got any takes here? Clemson's favorite minus 9.5. I like Clemson here. I think they're bouncing back.
Yeah, I like Clemson here too.
Not locking nothing in though.
No, not with Clemson anymore.
No. This one's pretty big for the Mountain West Conference. UNLV goes to Boise State. Dan Mullen 6-0. Boise State 5-1. Boise State is favorite minus 10.5. I think Boise State gets them here. I think they give Dan Mullen his first loss of the season.
I hope Dan gets a.
I hope Dan gets him. I do too.
But yeah, probably Boise State. I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I know.
10.5. 10.5 Boise State.
Why are they gotta do a half? I just don't get. I hate that. I hate.
It is ESPN. If you find it somewhere else,
I have 10.5 right here too.
Okay.
Well, maybe Hard Rock will help me.
No teasers. No teasers.
How's everyone's night going?
It's going good. While you're doing that, I also want your take on the Coastal Carolina at App State game because this is a fun rivalry, like in the Carolinas for me. I don't know if I lived up there, I'd be going to this game.
Yeah,
seems like a fun game.
It's always a fun matchup. It used to be played on Thursday nights, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Didn't they have like a crazy Hail Mary win a few? It was like 56 to 55 win like a few years ago. That at App State, I think.
What time's that Boise State game at? Yeah, I mean it's
2:30.
Yeah, there's always been some really crazy drama in this game. This Carolina sports, man, they just go at it. They just really go at it.
I think App State gets them though.
Oh, App State's gonna win it. Oh, never
Yeah.
mind. I have Boise State 11.5 on Hard Rock. That's even worse. Hate that. I mean, I think Boise State's gonna win. I don't like 10.5 though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it. I mean, you can take a money line. I think they're gonna win too. Yeah. So you don't. I mean, you can bet money line. It's not against the law. Can't lock it in though.
I can't lock it in though.
You can't lock it in. We don't lock in. Yeah, we don't lock in money lines. All right. Moving forward. Fucking know the show, dude.
Like, golly, this guy know where the hell
We're doing this so long.
4 years.
All right. Texas Tech goes to Arizona State. Texas Tech favorite minus 11.5. Boy, oh boy.
Let me lock in Texas Tech to
Oh,
cover.
I wanted to do it too.
I think the big.
Let me lock in Texas Tech.
Oh. Yeah.
I need to come back. I'm hopping on the lock train with you guys because I'm like
yeah.
We're locked. We're
triple locked.
Triple locked. We just triple locked. I'm sorry. If we lose, that's a shot.
then you can't like if they win, we all get a point. But
Right.
that
I
equal
need
gaining
just I
ground.
just need to come back. I need to get back in the groove of things. The last 2 weeks have been decimating to my record.
Look, I'll say this.
Yeah, Texas. I mean,
Texas Tech has the talent of like a really good Big Ten team. I feel like
Yeah,
they're
good.
just mowing through the Big 12, and I think they're gonna mow right through Arizona State. Also, is Sam Levitt playing?
Doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, it does. First off, but like Jeff Sims played for Arizona State, and we saw like them get handled. Which I didn't know this, but I took Arizona State plus 14.5, and they got blown out by 30. I was like, what do I do now? I don't know. It's weird. Like if Levitt plays, what does that really do? But Levitt's horrible against good defenses, and if they got blown out by Utah, which in Utah got handled by Tech, transitive property.
Yep. That's why I'm going. That's why I'm going with the Red Raiders here.
Yeah, this is a transitive property pick. Give me yak yak.
This is the most transitive property pick I've ever seen. And Utah is the team that everyone's looking at. They're like, okay, even Arizona State's head coach was like, if we played like this against them and they beat them, we got a lot of work to do. So that's from the head coach of Arizona State's mouth too. All right, moving on. Utah. Moving on. Oregon goes to Rutgers. Give me a.
Who cares?
Hopefully Oregon bounces back. Don't need a Penn State situation.
That would be hilarious.
Do not need a Penn State situation.
That would be hilarious.
It won't happen.
No, it won't happen.
Who's playing?
All right.
Oregon going to Rutgers. At night. At night. 17.5. It's 17.5.
At night.
At night.
Why is Bama favored 8.5 though? I hate that.
We can get into it.
I don't know. I'm just trying to get my locks out.
Try to get your lock. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. I mean, Oregon's fine. I'm not touching that lock. No one wants to touch that lock. That's fine. Washington State goes to Virginia. Virginia is minus 17.5 point favorites after last week, seeing what Washington State came out and did with Ole Miss.
I don't know.
I don't want to even touch
I'm
it.
not touching it.
I don't even want to touch it. Penn State at Iowa. Iowa's favorite minus 2.5. And
I think I'm gonna lock in Penn State to get the win.
Wow.
Drew Aller's not playing.
I don't care.
Drew Aller's not playing.
I don't care.
Oh, so they're going to be a better team, is what you're saying?
No, that's what I'm. No, this is how it goes. This is how it goes. They're gonna win without Drew Aller and without James Franklin. Their first game back, just to cuck the shit out of James Franklin. That's how the universe is cucking James Franklin. That's what's gonna happen. It's too funny to not happen. Penn State wins.
Well, give me Iowa. Yeah, I want Iowa big
Probably
time.
a smart pick.
Yeah, I'm locking in Iowa.
I'm locking in the Penn State win for real.
Locked you
It
in.
has to happen.
And I'm spent on my locks. I have no more locks.
I'm at 3.
Justin, what do you think about it? You liked his take? You think Penn State's going to get the win here?
I would have touched this with a 10-foot pole on a pick.
No, you can't. But I'm doing it.
But we did. All right. Maryland goes to UCLA. Maybe this would have been the better lock here. UCLA is minus 3.5 versus
Locking
Maryland.
in Maryland. I fucking love their quarterback. And UCLA's got to take a loss.
We just talked so highly of UCLA this whole podcast.
UCLA minus 3.5.
Nah. It was cute.
Wait, sorry.
It's
I
over.
accidentally locked you in. Did you mean to lock that in?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't say a word about UCLA.
Well, I mean, you don't agree with everything we've been saying about how UCLA looks like a completely
They're not touching Maryland. They're not beating Maryland.
And what are you
I think
do if
they
do?
Yeah.
Give me something, I'll do it.
You're gonna take a shot? You want to make this the shot game?
I'll make this the shot game all day. There's no way UCLA beats Maryland. I don't care who. I don't care who's calling the plays, dog.
This is a good shot game for me. I mean, other than the Utah and BYU game, that'd be a good shot game. I didn't. I also, while we're on the topic, I lost. I'd lost bad. North Texas got demolished by USF. I will take 2 shots for that.
Gang.
Add them to the end of the season when we have our
Shot off?
shot show. Yeah.
Oh, we're having a shot show.
Yeah, I think you've remained unscathed. I think you've won every single shot game pick this season, besides maybe one in the beginning.
We're gonna do a fucking shot show.
Yeah, that's what me and Logan are thinking about doing.
What you gotta remember is I did my shot the next week after that, so I don't owe shots.
No, you're good. No, you're
in the clear.
You're in the clear. Yeah, you are in the clear.
Yeah, I'm gonna do them all at once and then get my girlfriend to pick me up.
I
last show.
owe 3 now, so because I've lost 2 in a row, and I'm gonna add that one since USF just absolutely demolished North Texas.
Right.
Yeah, so that's fine. It's a gentleman's game. But moving forward, so either that might be the shot game. Me and Justin on UCLA, and you're on Maryland. That's fine.
What about this Notre Dame USC game?
Was that you?
Boring.
What do you mean boring? This is going to be a great game.
What?
I'm looking forward to this game.
Battle for the battle to be the first team out of the playoffs, man. This is gonna be a good one. No, it'll be a good game. I just don't see it doesn't have any implication on anything. USC's not making it. Notre Dame's not making it.
You should see Justin's face right now. He's making some faces at you. I agree with these faces that he's making. Give me USC to at least cover against Notre Dame.
They're covering.
Yeah.
No, Notre Dame's on a different level.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I think so.
USC's quarterback has been statistically like top 3 in the country.
I don't know. I'm just.
I know. He was fucking with us.
Do I need to talk you off the ledge? Like, come on, come back.
Well, he's
I
not.
don't know. I am legitimately leaning towards Notre Dame winning. I do think. I don't know. USC just still seems flimsy to me, but maybe that's just perception.
I might have to be in studio for the shot show, says my brother who's across the street. That's nice. Yeah. Give me USC not only to cover, give me USC to win in South Bend and then
winning.
Win. Yeah.
I'm
win.
back away.
Give me them to win. I'll take them to win.
Lock it in.
I've used all my locks. I can't do it. Can't change them out. Won't do it.
We'll give you. How about this? We'll give you a bonus lock because you're losing so bad.
Yeah, bonus lock.
But I have to use it on this game?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Take it or leave it. 3.
Can I do any other team? Well, I mean, if the lock is USC covering, then I'll take that.
USC win bonus.
No,
we never do the money line locks
money
though.
Line. We don't bet money line, so it's
but
will you give me an extra lock for this? Because I do get an extra loss if
Notre Dame's favored though.
Yeah.
So USC covering. Oh, winning. You can just pick them to cover.
Yeah.
For a lock. Okay.
It's week 7.
Then yeah, that's fair. I didn't know we did that.
It's up to you guys. I think you're giving me one here.
Logan, what do you mean you didn't know we did that?
Don't do this right now. Don't do this right now.
Pick the win.
Don't do this right now.
Oh, Logan, it's week 8, man.
That's too easy.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Because them
you can
winning,
just pick spreads.
Because them winning is hard. The USC winning is a tougher pick. It is, and that's the one y'all want to pigeonhole me to. But we've never done money lines. We don't do money lines.
He hasn't understood that an underdog.
No, he knows. No, he knows. No, he knows. He's fucking with.
He's trolling.
It's fine. No, no, it's fine.
I meant for this situation. Are we gonna let him get a bonus lock and pick to cover?
I mean, if he loses, which you are just so high up on them not doing it, then
I'm not saying they won't cover. I don't know. Give it to him. Fuck it.
Locked it in. It's locked in. I got an extra one.
You know what
That's
we should
fine.
do? We should be doing underdog picks like we do with like they do at game day.
Yeah, I mean, give me USC as the dog of the week. Maybe not of the week. I got to go back and look. I mean, yeah.
I like that. I like that game that they do, by the way. Like, if they cover, it's X amount of points. If they win, they get the point spread on top of it. And that's why, like, Lee Corso has been there for one game day, and he's still in second place for, like, the points on game day.
Hell yeah.
Because of the Florida State beating game.
Yeah, because he was perfect, right?
Trey Young is killing it, too.
No, so the underdog pick is just one pick per week. You pick a underdog team to win. If they win, they get the points that they were not favored +5, and then they also get if they cover, they also get like X amount of points as well.
Okay,
So
I'm following.
Lee got like 28 points off that one pick.
Mhm.
That's how it is. Like, it's like if you choose a team that's not favored, like they're dogs by 2 touchdowns and they win. Like, if you were to choose Marshall last week, huge. Like they were dogs by 2 touchdowns.
Or like UCLA the week. That makes sense. We could do. I mean, I'm down to do that next week when we can do the math, or maybe next year implement that full season. Anyway, moving on. I mean, if you guys want to take an extra lock this week, go ahead and take an extra lock. I'm just saying, you just gave it to me. All right, just gonna give it to me. Just gonna let me have it. That's fine. Go Trojans. All right, moving on to potentially what I thought was going to be our game of the week, but I switched it. Tennessee goes to Alabama in the third Saturday in October. Alabama's favorite -8.5. I like Alabama in this game.
Yeah.
I think they're more physical. I think the Bobby Hill references on the show were spot on earlier. I love those, Casey. Keep them coming. They're at home. Give me Bama and the over. I like the over. The over-under's 58.5.
Let me do some math in my head. Yeah.
It's valid.
Give me Bama to cover. You know what's random about this game? It's a night game for the second time in like 25 years.
The Tennessee Bama game.
Yeah.
At Bryant-Denny. Yeah. Yeah. At Bryant-Denny, I've always remembered it being like a day game, but at Tennessee, they've had a couple night games.
No. They finished in the night. They always start at 2:30. It's always been a 2:30 game. They like I said, like that's just not like it's not a bullshit stat. That this like the second time in 25 years it's been a night game.
That's why I was asking, at Bryant-Denny or just both stadiums.
Both. Like because you got to think these games you might remember them finishing in night because the 2:30 games it's dark by the time these games finish and Henry has won with Jalen Hyatt. That's the vibe. But it's always been a 2:30 game.
Interest. I mean, this is a good night game. This is a great night game. Prime time. Love it. Get me Alabama. Are all of us on Alabama? We don't think Tennessee stands a chance here?
Yeah, Bama.
I got Bama covering. Lock it in.
Good luck. Maybe Bama does it for you 2 weeks in a row. All right. Missouri goes to Auburn. Ed, you're in here.
Give me Missouri.
Missouri's favorite -1.5.
What am I
You like Missouri?
I like Missouri.
I think you. I don't remember yours. I got mine written down right here.
I have UCLA -3.5, Marshall +2.5, Mississippi State +8.5, Texas Tech, whatever that was.
11.5. Bama. Yep, that's your 5.
Wait,
That's your
11.5
5.
who?
Texas Tech is 11.5.
I was like, Bama, no.
Yeah, Texas Tech. I mean, I'm feeling Auburn here, but I also saw Missouri and how they played against Alabama, and I can't discount that. So give me Missouri. I don't want to touch it though. Auburn is hungry for a win.
Give me. Actually, you know what? Withdraw that Bama lock. Give me Mizzou minus a point and a half.
Nope. So you're switching the Bama lock for the Mizzou
Yeah,
lock.
I'm kind of just remembering Bama's banged up after that Mizzou game, man. I don't know. It freaks me out a little bit about 10 points.
Okay.
So.
Understood. I mean, I don't think that's a bad lock either. If you think Missouri's going to win the game,
Yeah, it's a good lock.
it's a good lock. It's a low spread. All right. You got the red Mormons versus the blue Mormons in the Utah at BYU game.
But is Utah really Mormon?
No, they're native.
Salt Lake City?
Yeah.
Salt Lake City's got a huge.
Yeah, this is like the good and the bad here.
Mm.
Well, religious-wise, I mean.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I think they're both pretty Mormon. One school is definitely like more.
Well, yeah,
Mun.
that's obvious there, but just because they're
You can't have sex at one of them.
exactly.
You can have sex wherever you want, dude. What are you talking?
Rob, you can't.
Okay.
You can't
Fine.
have sex at the public park. That's wrong.
Give me Utah to have sex right on BYU's field. They're gonna do it.
Whoa.
They're gonna do it.
Yeah, that's a tough call for me. I like both teams right now.
I like both teams too. I'm gonna love watching this game.
Utah.
Need that soundbite. You like Utah? I like Utah.
I like BYU.
You like BYU?
I like BYU as well. Utah has not lived up to my expectations. It's very sad.
I could see it happen. I could see that happening. Let's see. Utah's minus 3.5 favorites. Oh. That line is making me want to change my mind. I don't like it either. That's why there's no lock on it. Shit. BYU at home too. I'll go Utah, but my heart is telling me BYU. So I'm gonna go Utah. You see what I'm saying? I just can't trust what I've been doing the last 2 weeks. That's what I'm saying right now. All right. Cincinnati goes to Stillwater. They're minus 22.5 favorites. And I mean, that's about it. South Florida hosts Florida Atlantic. Let's see. Any other games we missed? I don't think we missed any other big games. That brings us to our game of the week. And that is
presented by
MGM.
Use code penis. Use code penis fart.
That's
get a free $500 gamble.
That's penis space fart.
Yeah, penis fart. Our BetMGM game of the week is
Ole Miss at Georgia.
Battle of Mid.
Battle of Mid? Okay, yeah, look.
Battle of SEC Mid.
I'm excited for this game. There's been a lot of SEC hate going around since the Big Ten's feeling all high and mighty.
But you can't call Ole Miss mid. They beat LSU.
LSU is less than mid.
They're 5-1.
It's a fugazi.
It is a fugazi. We forgot about the fugazi, dude. Look,
fuck everything, right?
No matter
Fuck it all.
whether it's a fugazi or fugazi, fushizi, fushazi, I think I mean I like Georgia here. I
do too.
But I said this at the beginning of the season, and I'm sticking with my pick from the beginning of the season. Ole Miss gets the win in Athens because that offense can put up more points than Kirby's offense. That's what I'm going with. Go Rebels.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this game.
Give me Georgia.
I like Georgia too. Yeah, I like Georgia.
Because the refs are on their side.
That is true.
Refs are on their side. You got all right, Georgia. I mean, what is it? Let's see. Minus 7.5. Yeah, give me Ole Miss to cover. I like it. Used all my locks. Can't spin it on this game.
Yep.
Ole Miss needs a bounce back win here. And a bounce back after a win. because that's not. I mean, it's almost the equivalent of a loss there. All right. Thank you guys for calling in. That's gonna do it for us here, week 8.
Sorry, my mic's on.
No, you're good. And you're rocking the Patriots. Hey, the Patriots are fucking killing it. So congratulations.
Drake May, baby.
Drake May looking like a young Tom Brady, honestly.
Just saw
Crazy.
DeAndre Swift 55-yard touchdown catch.
Yeah, I just saw that. That is a pretty. This is a good game.
Wow, we need
Bills
Jaden
lost.
Daniels to do
Bills
something.
lost back to back. That means the Patriots are tied for the fucking AFC East.
Wow, insane. And the Patriots handed the Bills their one of those 2 losses. So that's crazy. Yep. So go follow JPatrick_ on air. And go listen to his morning show on Fox Sports Pensacola. Go follow Logan Brown at Logan Brown Comedy. Follow me, R. Vincent Comedy.
Download the Fox Sports Pensacola app. I don't do any of this egregious, air humping because of my Patriots winning. I don't do that on there, but it's a little more professional than that. But yeah, Fox Sports Pensacola. Download the Fox Sports Pensacola app. Weekdays, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. God's time.
God's time. That's for sure.
Download the Logan Brown app too while you're in the App Store.
Thank you guys for sticking around. Adios.
These people don't give a shit.
We're giving them the business.